Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Shub Ratri, Titanic, Bri Večer. I think Bri Večer to you. James Whiskey. I feel like maybe Canada has a different way of saying good evening. But buenas noches from my Spanish-speaking people. Goedenavond for the Dutchies. What else do we have? We have bonsoir for the Frenchies. We have kalispera for the Greeks. There we go. I feel like I'm pretty sure I got most of them. I hope I got most of them. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is Thursday, August 14th. Interesting fact about today. 1997, there was a rainbow that lasted 3 hours recorded in Wales, which is pretty impressive to be fair. And I'm gonna admit I'm not a big physics/chemistry, that type of person. But whenever I talk to anyone who's passionate about it, they always give me really good stories. So I feel like understanding that colors are like a refraction of light or something like that. I'm pretty sure I got that wrong. But in each case, physics and stuff like that are cool. So 3 hours, guys, 3 hours. And I'll admit, for me being a nurse, most of the fun and interesting part about that is that it's possible, right? That there's stuff like that that we get to admire in our very short time here on Earth, to be fair. So enjoy, guys, enjoy. Fun fact, make sure you watch the rainbow every now and again. As for the birthdays today, happy birthday to Miss Mila Kunis and Miss Halle Berry and Mr. Steve Martin. Respectively, Mila Kunis turns 42, Halle Berry turned 59, and Mr. Steve Martin is turning 80. So happy birthday to all three of you. Big fan of all three, actually. Also, today's question of the day. What personal truth scares you most? For me, it's a really arrogant statement, which I'm thankful for, that I have the confidence to have these types of thoughts nowadays, because I really didn't used to in the past. But the answer for me is, I'll never be everything I believe I can be. I don't believe that there's ever going to be enough time for me to do the stuff that I would want to reach. And I think that's a good thing, because it gives me something to strive for. And I know for a fact that the way I envision what I would want the world to be is never going to happen. At the same time, it's something that I really, really hope does happen. And if it happens, you know, a couple millennia after I'm gone, so be it, right? At least it's something worth fighting for, which has given me a lot of fulfillment and happiness in my life. So an arrogant statement for sure. But of course, just like most of you guys probably as well, I have a little voice in my head that always reminds me, dust you are, right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, Phacil. Make sure whenever you get on your high horse, you remember you're gonna fall off at some point. So to compensate for that voice, I have a little bit of an arrogant statement I can cling to. So we'll see how you guys answer the question of today. As for today's stream theme, another Dune Awakening. I'm quite enjoying it. I mentioned last week that I was considering putting in other games again into the rotation for what I stream. For now, I'm just going to be hanging on to Dune. I'm still having a lot of fun with it, hanging out with you guys. And honestly, the main thing is that I get a lot of time to actually conversate with you, which isn't true for a lot of other games. Some games just require much more focus. And so like, I'll notice that I'm like focused on the game, and then, you know, 2 minutes later, which sounds like a short time period, but 2 minutes later I look back and I just missed the entire conversation basically. And also I missed people asking me questions. And so I'm quite enjoying being able to converse with you guys much more actively than I was used to with Helldivers, for example. And that's even though I was very comfortable with Helldivers, it's still much more focus. So I'm gonna cling to that comfort for as long as I can. At some point I'll have to deviate, I feel, to keep up with the trends, if you will. All right, feel free to join, guys. Today I'm questing in Dune Awakening. I might take some time to help a rental girlfriend who is in chat also rebuild her base, because apparently she lost her base. I know some of you guys were already helping. Thank you for being such kind human beings. Proving my point, if you ask me, which is that human beings are just about all of them are trustworthy. I was going to say 99%. It's probably higher. It's probably 99.8 or something like that. But I stopped counting somewhere around 90. So thank you so much for taking care of each other. Much appreciated. We'll see what we do. I'm going to be questing, and then if Rental's like, help, then I'll definitely, I don't mind going over and helping out, since basically the stream time is the only time I actually get the game. Any other points? Yeah, actually, I play on the Orion server, European server, on Sietch Umbu. If you want to join, feel free to join. And you can join the Discord by scanning the QR code top left of the screen right now. All right. One last public service announcement. There's no stream Saturday. My the scheduler at the hospital where I'm working at right now, where my gig is at, basically, they asked really nicely if I would mind going from a morning to an evening shift this Saturday, and so I said that's fine. So they basically had a shortage in staff, and so no stream Saturday. But as always, you guys know, I just remind you, it just gives us more time to miss each other. So let's stay optimistic. I will definitely catch you guys ASAP again. All right, now we can get in. Here we go. All right, let me do quick shoutouts before. Oh, never mind. Let's do the poll first, and then I do shoutouts. We dream in color. Do we? That's a question. Wow. Okay, let me do shoutouts. Meanwhile, Shub, Sandhya, Titanic, and Shub Ratri here in a bit. Hope you rest well. Thank you for popping in as always. Bri Vecher. Am I saying that right? Bri Vecher, James? Hello to you. Also Rental, of course. Good evening, eh? I feel like that's Canadian enough. Good evening, eh? And of course, everyone who's not in chat. Hope you guys are doing well. No? No color, James? I'm not sure, actually. This is a hard question. Do we? This is a hard question, actually. I like the double standards of privacy. When you're at chat, it says be aware and don't share your personal information online. But when you're in the UK, you need to provide. That's true. 1-1. I'm kind of scared because I feel like I would vote 2 here. I feel like I'm a I'm not sure, actually. I feel like this is one of those questions that we need a somnologist, a sleep expert, to tell us about. I do feel like when I think about it, I feel like my dreams are kind of black and white. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. All right, let's see. Question of the day. The knowledge that I mostly just don't give an F about stuff, I at least a bit should. So the personal truth that scares you most is that you know that there's stuff you don't care about and you feel like maybe you should. Is that what you mean, Whiskey? Let's see. No stream Saturday means I can be a tyrant. There you go. Optimism Rental. Well done. All right. There was a patch. I haven't gotten a chance to read the patch notes, but we're going to find out. It's whatevs. All right. Do I have enough fuel? Okay. All right. I read some of the patch notes. I know that they changed the way the fuel cells look. Let's see if that looks any good. Oh yeah, so this is 3 and this is 2. Nice. All right, that's good. Oh, wait, so did they make the small ones 1? If so, that's really smart actually. Oh, they did. That's perfect. That's really smart. Good idea. The amount of stacks. All right. Refuel it. 72 is fine. I can live with 72. Where are we going? Let's see. Sounds really close. I got it? Okay, alright. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good personal truth to reflect on, right, James? Well, so why do you feel like you don't care about certain stuff when you deep down feel like you should, I guess? Is the way you phrased it, I think. You feel like it's black and white? Yeah, me too. I'm not sure, though. Oh, no worries, no worries. Say hello to Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Hope you're doing well. Alright, where's the next quest? Here? I don't know what it is about this quest. I've tried to follow this trail, but this just stays here. No idea what that is. This is handing in stuff. I can actually hand that in. Is that it? Am I done? Am I done with quests here? There's no way. I think this is radiated stuff. There's stuff here. Okay, alright, we'll go here. Oh, that's right, I can press Q. Booster Thopter. Very nice. I boost the Thopter. Don't overheat. Yes.
Whoop.
Let's see. Pretty much I now should take more care about stuff I really don't give a crap about. So why don't you? What do you think stops you most there, James? Hello, Lucy. How are you doing? Just Phacil's fine. How's your week, Lucy? Have you been keeping rental under control well this week? I feel like that's your job at this point, right? But you know what they say? If you enjoy what you do, it's called passion. I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe I just cared too much earlier years of my life. Just got tired. Yeah, maybe. Dale Carnegie is right. Do the hard jobs first, guys. I feel like that's kind of what we're talking about here as well, James. I do feel like it's one of those things that when you get to a point where you get so tired of stuff that you kind of forget why you cared in the first place. When realistically, it does matter, right? I mean, you cared at some point, so... It's not always true, of course. But if you ask me, I think one of the reasons a lot of people... Oh, it's here. Is it? Wait. Yeah. I think one of the reasons a lot of people end up becoming very, very negative about a lot of things in life. No! No! Alright, well, bummer. Boom. It's kind of laggy. Maybe I don't jump out of the vehicle anymore. Alright. But I wanted to say, I think one of the reasons a lot of people get really negative about stuff in life has to do with that. They get burned one too many times, and then they're just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna stop caring. When the reality of it is, you know, you getting burned is not your fault. Right? You could say, well, technically you let it happen. It's like, well, someone else did it to you, right? And so if you do something nice for someone else and then they burn you, a lot of people are like, yeah, that makes you a fool. And I go, well, technically it makes you a nice person, and it makes the other person a not nice person, right? The fool part is you believing that you should prevent it, which in itself is, I think, a big societal problem. Because if you take into consideration, like, okay, let me maybe rephrase. Let's say yes. Okay, let's say you're a fool for letting someone burn you, in quotation marks, letting, right? Then are you saying we should all just be complete assholes towards one another so people can't burn you? So we prefer being assholes than over being fools, which is an interesting statement in itself, right? Why would you prefer that? I'll take fool over...
Welcome back. What'll it be?
Over mean or asshole any day. Yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, is there any philosophy here? But probably not. So yeah, guys. Be nice, be kind, be caring. Someone burns you, or they're an ass. Move on to the next person. Boom, easy wisdom. Oh, starting off strong. Alright, let's see. Doing good. Been doing my job, keeping rental from committing arson and playing Minecraft. Very nice. I like it. Very nice. So she commits arson if you just stop paying attention for a second. Exactly. See, they know you already. Rental, that's how it works. They know you. I feel like I just go here then just explore that. But it's quest day. What other quests do I have? Okay, I needed to find buried treasure. Lord knows where. Is this just random? I think I tried that the other day as well. Let's do these quests. This is just craft stuff. This is all craft a buggy. This is kill enemies with a specific weapon. Survey. Wait, I haven't done this. There's an area I need to survey. Explore the rift. I did. I've done this. It's just bugged, I guess. It says 4-4. Huh. It is bugged then. Because there's a check mark here. But it still says that I have to do this. Okay. Good to know. Then we do this. No, this is just craft stuff. Locate a banker. Okay, this is NPC stuff. This is taxes. Who cares about taxes? Am I right? GG's. Best financial advisor is present. Craft stuff. Kill enemies with specific weaponry. Fabricate a spice mass. So craft stuff. Oh, there we go. We can do this. Travel to the Imperial Testing Station number 60. Okay, let's see. Half of the servers would... Alright, keep her in check. Keep her in check before she burns it down. I agree with how you said it, but honestly the basic essentials are done right away. Not that I would totally like do nothing, but some stuff that like I should-ish do, I'm not really that keen on. Yeah, that is fair. I think that's probably true for everyone. At the end of the day though, like I try to always dedicate myself to anything that I think makes the world a better place. If I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like I'm just like, dude, come on. It's like, if you consider the world being a shitty place, it's because everyone hides behind the, I really don't feel like. I actually had this talk, this is a good time for me to do this pitch. Let me answer chat and then I'll tell you about a talk I had with a coworker of mine about a week ago. Just be me, proclaim how evil you are and continue being evil. Yeah, don't be her. Alright, just kidding. Rento's not evil. Much. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Wisdom? How you doing, bud? How's life treating you? How was your week? And how are you feeling after... are you feeling any better with your... Lyme? I think you said you had Lyme. Let's see. Being around rentals like watching a child with scissors and a hot glue gun. The real gun. Twice. Read like a book. Well done. Hello, normal. Question today. Probably the fact that sometimes you cannot control your feelings or behavior. Yeah, that is a really good personal truth. Spot on. Well done, normal. What do you think scares you most there? And hello again, of course. How are you doing, bud? How's your week? All right, let me tell you guys a story about, you know, not doing what you know needs to be done because you don't feel like doing it, right? I was talking about it. I'll give you guys a good example. I'm on the ICU I'm working at. Like, there's been a couple evenings where they were like, yo, should we get like ice cream or something? You guys in the mood for ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, sure, we can do ice cream. And then I offered to pay for it for the ward, which is like 10 people, right? So it'll cost me like $40 or something like that. And then people are like, no, you don't have to do that. And I usually, when someone says that to me, I go, yeah, I know, I'm not stupid. Right? People are like, wait. People are like, wait. That's interesting. And I go, yeah, I'm not offering to pay for it because I feel obligated. I'm offering to pay for it because I'd like to give back. And then they're like, but we haven't done anything for you. And I go, well, I think you guys are super friendly, super kind. You guys are fantastic nurses. You're fun to hang out with. What do you mean? You've done enough. And then they're like, yeah, but it's our job. And I go, yeah, you could have had a different job. Right? And so I have these types of talks with people and people are like, this is so weird. And I go, no. I go, and the reality of it is it's pretty selfish on my behalf even. Let me land really quick. I have no idea where this is. And so people are like, why is it selfish? And I go, well, because at the end of the day, I can go home, look myself in the mirror, and then tell myself, I did my best. I did my best. I did my part to make the world a better place, to leave it a little bit of a better place than it was before I got here. And I go, is it a lot? No, I don't feel like it's a lot, but it's a small gift. And I go, I did my part. And so is it going to work? No, not always. And maybe you guys are like, man, this guy's an idiot buying stuff for us, right? And even then, it's still not my problem because I did my part. So I said, so you guys can consider it as noble as you want or as selfish as you want. And you'll be right in both cases. One of my standard quotes at this point. I go, but I, as a human being, can look myself in the mirror and say, you did your best, Phacil. And so that's kind of I feel like that's the biggest life hack for me. If you realize doing the things you don't really feel like doing just because, you know, it's extra effort, it's weird, it's whatever. Fill in all these negative words. If you do it, regardless of outcome, at least, you can tell yourself, without having to lie that you did everything you could to leave the world a better place than it was before you got there. So, easy win, guys. Easy win. Let's see. I have good and bad days. This week we're doing the annual chlorine conversion, so sleep and food have no schedule. Trying to burn all the towns. Burn all the towns? What the heck does burn all the towns pipes out mean? He's about to teach us something, guys. Be ready. I am overheat. This is a bit of a far flight, but no problem. To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. Make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. I love it. I love this perspective. This is true, by the way. I actually said this to a doctor recently, and something happened with a patient, and she was stuttering. And then I looked at her and I said, the words you're looking for are, I don't know. Those are the words that are going to make us respect you most, funny enough. Right? And so after the patient survived, afterwards, she was like, that was so deep. And I was like, but it's true. I go, there's nothing. She's like, yeah, no, I agree. And so I was like, just say it. Next time, just make sure you say it. And she's like, yeah, but you made it sound so easy. I go, because it is. Right? It's 3 words. I don't know. And she's like, yeah, but in the moment, I go, I know. In the moment, you feel like you should have, like it's your responsibility, like you have to, you have all these thoughts. And so I said to her, it's irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, you didn't know. And if you just say that, then we're like, okay, well, go figure it out, because the patient needs someone that knows, and we don't know either. So we're as nurses, we're really good at buying you time, but you need to figure out what to do here. And so I go, that's why we're a team. That's why it's why teamwork makes the dream work. So fun facts, guys. Let's see. Extremely high maintenance. Lucy covers 99.99% of that. Good teamwork. She power scales me harder than a Warframe versus a Halo Spartan. I like that. What is mirror? You talking about fat dude other side? No, I'm talking about not fat dude. Okay, you know you know how this works. Take your time, contemplate it. James Whiskey, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Hold your breath after inspiration. Goose fraba. We can do. Let's see. Oh boy, here we go. Granulated chlorine to treat the water, 50 milligrams per liter, you use monochlorines, chloramines, which react with chlorine to create ammonia. That's always strong smelling. Eventually a biofilm. This is hardcore science. Very cool. Intense summer heat speeds up that process of organic material and ammonia in the pipes. And then you dump a bunch of granulated chlorine. The excessive chlorine burns all the pipes clean. Okay, that is pretty cool science, honestly. I didn't know that people did that. Very nice. Alrighty. Oh! That spooked the crap out of me. Do you mind? Be a bit more predictable next time. Jump scared me. I'm not freaking not playing a horror game here. Am I actually? Maybe. House Vulcan. Cow. Oh, Rento's getting on Dune. Hello! I'm on Phacil. I know I'm overweight. I'm 108 at 178 because I'm more mentally focused person, not physically. Do you mind being overweight? If you do mind, remember, you can fix that. You have the power. Definitely from the little bit of conversations we've had, James, you can easily fix that if you want to. That's the hard part, actually wanting to. I actually found the entrance in one jump. Are you serious? Okay. I accepted myself a long time ago. No problems with it. Okay. Yeah, you're good then. I usually tell people, like, obviously not being overweight is good for your health. Okay, that's a medical thing. That is not a social opinion. being less overweight is good for your health because your body doesn't have to your body has less to maintain, right? Pure weight wise. But if you're like, honestly, I'm happy how I am, I don't want to lose weight, I feel like I would lose too much of my my happiness trying to lose weight, then yeah, that's a completely legitimate way. What the heck? That's a completely legitimate way to live life, if you ask me. So be careful, health-wise, but other than that, nice. Glad you're happy, man. That's what matters. Damn, that's close to me, but I'm taller. Yeah, same for you then, of course, normal. If you're happy, you're happy. Like I've told you guys these stories before, I think. Yeah, at least a couple times. Like I have some patients that don't want to scare you guys, but they die at a relatively young age because, among other things, their weight. But they were really happy people, and their family, you know, their family says that too. And so who are we to then say, yeah, but you know, they'd be alive if they had less weight. It's like, well, yeah, but maybe they'd be miserable. So are we sure that's the better trade? Right? Which is, these are very, very hard conversations, believe it or not. But this is the point, right? This is where, if you ask me, it's all about happiness. I know there's people that disagree, but I'm like, honestly, you're just having a semantic debate with me, because one way or the other, you're going to end up somewhere in quality of life. I feel like my FPS is better in game. Did they fix FPS stuff? What did they do exactly? I take it back on both on Dune and Minecraft. No worries. Come on, dude. What an interesting... Like, whenever I do the heavy stab, my character's doing different moves. I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming that's a patch thing, but... Like, why is he backstepping like that? I always feel happier when I'm healthier and more active. So it eats up some of my free time. Yeah, exactly. But if you're someone who feels happier being healthier, which I think is true for most people, but definitely not all people. I know that 100% just because of the patients I've seen. But if you're someone that does, then yeah, definitely, right? Make sure you're as healthy as you can be. But if you're someone that actually doesn't, then I would say, you know, stop caring basically. But except, of course, this is important, I am an ICU nurse, except that does come with the risk of morbidity, or having a shorter lifespan, I should say. So whatever you do, don't lie to yourself about that. And if you don't, then more power to you. If I wanted, I could fix it, but I'm too lazy to do that. I'm comfortable with myself. I think I'm not extreme or what. I think if I lose 8 to 10 kilograms, I would be like optimal. Okay. Yeah, it's all like, if you're like, oh, honestly, I'm happy, I'm good, that's fine. It's like the only thing I personally always make sure I give people is, as long as you don't lie to yourself about whether or not it's healthy. And because if you do that, then you're sticking your head in the sand, right? It's not an okay way. So if you're like, oh, I'm okay not being as healthy as I could be, more power to you. They fixed the lag and FPS issues? That's amazing, honestly. Oh, I love that this shield drops that I learned that. Yo, calm down, chick. That backstep is really interesting. Bring it. Nub. Oh. I just want blood. And I feel like it's... Oh, nice. Blood is full. I feel like the blood suctioning thing is working better now. It used to be really weird and buggy. Nice. Good quality of life changes then in this last patch. Accept your death and you may yet avoid it. That's a good quote, actually. Is that an anime? Or who's Teshin? If you accept that you can go anytime, you have a different POV. Yeah, exactly. But this is the point, right? This is always the point. If you're just someone that's like, honestly, I accept it, truly, truly accept it, which again is a hard concept if you ask me, then you're good to go, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, so not leave, but good to go from a quality of life standpoint. It's from Warframe? Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't know that. I need to play more Warframe at some point, honestly. Right now it's scheduled for like once every 2 to 3 weeks, which is when me and my friend from Denmark, who's also a dad, have time to play. We'll jump into the Discord next time, into the Warframe channel. So you guys can join if you want. But me and him are newbies. We've played like 4 hours. Oh, good luck helping Grandma, Rental. Yo, I just realized... No, that's a mistake. Oh no! I can do that! Oh, that's a thing. Can I just cancel this? Hello? Can I cancel... No, I can't. Alright. Well, good to know. Oh, you can actually see their health and stuff like that. Interesting. You can see like vulnerabilities and stuff. Very cool. There's no way to cancel it? Okay, alright, well, I accidentally pressed C. That needs to go on a different button. Well, I am high off my buttocks. It's basically an anime. Yeah, I think so too, honestly. Let's see. I just remembered when I did this last time, I almost died when I ran in blind like this. Ah, well. Where do we go? I guess we go through the... Yeah, basically, alright. Reduced cooldowns, very cool. Oh, that's a lot of dudes, excuse me. Wait. Come on. One. Okay, next one. Hello, hello, hello. Come on. Does he blow up his own? No, he doesn't. I thought maybe he blew up his own teammate. I need to figure out how to get that instantly for PvP. Oh yes! I encountered the infinite blood sucking bug. Anymore? The one when you suck an enemy and despawns and fills all your... I didn't know that could happen, so good to know, thank you. Come on. The backstep is kind of weird. I love it. This gun is amazing. This stuff gives me wall hacks, actually. Very interesting. Wall hacks? Doing drugs gives you wall hacks. That's not how real life drugs work. Fun fact, don't do drugs. Why you use Bene Gesserit mind control while juiced? The enemy has potential to attack its own allies. Really? That's pretty cool, actually. Wait, so they have different... Or is it only the mind control? Ah. These are cool things, actually. We need this. To combine your Prana Bindu training with your limited ability to see the future. After successful parry, dart, or blade attack, and blade attacks. After successful parry, dart and blade attacks pass through you. Wow, that's crazy, actually. We needs. So you're like, you get like God mode if you successfully parry. What the heck? Oh, I couldn't do that. I didn't know that that stunned them actually. Okay. What? Reload away. I didn't have the others, so I don't know if it works on every ability. Happened to me twice. Okay, cool. Very nice. The last ones you open by quests? Okay, alright. Well, we're questing. That's the good news. But right now, I'm in withdrawal. I don't know. I'm not gonna get used to how fun that is. The last time I played a game where you could do that, teleport behind someone, I played a rogue in World of Warcraft. And it's fun every time. Oh, missed the first one. Oh, they naded me. Does it stun them for a second in PvP as well? Interesting. That would be very dope. Wait, reloading stops your stamina from refilling? I didn't know that. Okay. Hey, what's up, Mr. Cool? How you doing, bud? How was your week? A quick question for you, Mr. Cool. Just because I know that you're actually one of the people that plays chess. I know some of the other viewers as well. But I was considering trying to get ChatGPT to help me code a chessboard into the stream. So you'd be able to play chess with me or other viewers. Is that something you would enjoy? It's hard to do, I'm noticing, just because I'm not a coder, but I'll put in effort if you would enjoy that. Each one has the quest for the lady at Harko village. Okay, okay, alright. Thank you. It staggers them and disrupts their shielding. Alright then. Oh. Boom booms. Wait. Okay. We did undo. I go this way. Let's see. The last time I played chess was with the ex-NASA guy who taught my brother how to play near master level. Dude was a master. That's crazy. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely not that good at chess. It would just be a for fun thing. Can't see anywhere I could put it? I don't know. Well, that wasn't the question, Mr. Cole. You're thinking in problems. The question is whether or not you would enjoy it. Pretty good. What? She didn't die? Are you serial? Hello? Excuse me? Oh, she got me good. What the heck was that? Seeing how the sausage is made, I know I'd have to no-life it to get better. Just ruin chess fun for me. Maybe just play stuff for fun, dude. You don't have to be the best at it. If it's just fun to do. It's no fun, Phacil, unless I am the best. It's like, alright, calm down. Maybe, just maybe, it could be fun just to play it. No, Phacil, you don't understand. Okay, alright, I'm sorry. Sorry, I apologize. My bad. I back off. Did we finish? Oh, we did finish this quest. Yeah. Okay, Wally. Pila Kaifa. Yeah, may as well finish this dungeon. Hey, the looties. What is that? Knight Rider Sandbike boost. Yo, more loot. I'll take it. I'll take it, Wally. I'm pretty sure I have to sniff spice now to get my spice thing boosted again. Or drink spice or whatever it is. Okay, Wally. I would be a little... It would be a little much, I guess. Okay. Alright. Well, Mr. Cool is scared to play chess against me. Confirmed, guys. Got him. Just wanted to see if he would chicken out. Alright. I appreciate you being honest. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Let's see. I don't want to be the best. I wanted to play for fun. But now, now it's not fun. Alright, guys. Alright, alright. Alright. Okay, then. Trying to save my suspenser build just a little bit. Can I teleport behind him and then stop him from bringing up the shield? No! Get stabbed! Oh yes, teleportation skills. Very good. Yeah, okay. I guess we're going to the next quest, if I have one. I don't feel like I have a quest. It's just hand in stuff. That's all dead zone. Just this area I haven't done, but I'm pretty sure I need radiation something because of this green stuff. Which I don't have on me. Maybe we go here. Maybe there's quests here. Okay, we'll go there. Actually, do I? I don't know about the weight on this, actually. Welcome back, Rento. I was picking Mr. Cool. No worries, okay. Alright, well, I guess no chessboard. I'm interested if they fixed the infinite clipping around climbing edges. I think they did, actually. I think I read that in the patch note. I read like the first one or two paragraphs, but there was like 8. Time to cook. What are you cooking? Spaghetti? Mom spaghetti? Yeah, we're going... Maybe we do this one on the way there. May as well get some intel. A new base? Okay. Do you need some assistance? I did mention that I don't mind helping out. I don't know how far Stern got helping you. Oh, dive. Oh, stop diving. Rotate. That worked. Go. Hello? That was weird. Delayed death. Hey, where's my shield? Oh, where's the sniperoni? I'm getting sniped. This side? That side. Oh! Go inside. There he is. Alright. But wisdom? Why didn't you say writing was so much fun? What do you mean? Blood generously donates supplies to give me storage. I can cook with this. Oh, that's super nice of him. That's awesome. That is real. That makes me really happy. Stuff like that. Love seeing people taking care of each other. Well done, guys. Honestly, can't believe I'm gonna be 40 next month. Like, what the heck? I'm getting old. Well, that's a big deal, though, right? Enjoy it, man. I guess it's really annoying for a nurse to say stuff like this, but usually when someone is like, "Oh, I'm old," I'm like, just remember, not everyone gets the luxury of growing old. So enjoy it to the max. Shout out to Flood for being rich. No, shout out to Flood for being caring. That's one of the downsides to being rich, by the way. A rich person told me this. That I once met a rich person on his deathbed, of course, ICU nurse. And he said that was one of the things he hated most about becoming rich. He always used to help people and people used to love him for it. And then when he got rich, he was still helping people.
Improved posture, healthy shoulders.
Oh, thank you.
Did these sound appealing?
And then when he was still helping people, as he was rich, people just were like, that's it? That's all you're gonna give me? And then he was like, really? He's like, so he gives them they are giant amounts of money, but because he had a lot of money and they knew, they were like, well, that's it. And so he was like, so it used to be like, oh, like a number 10 times lower that people used to love him for, and then now a number 10 times higher, they're like, I can't believe that's all you're giving me, right? And so he was like, it's so devastating, because it was like he even, well, this is his story, of course, but he would say, you know, he would give people much more than they needed to solve their problem, and people still weren't happy. And so that really frustrated him. I can imagine that being extremely painful, mentally, of course. Drink water, guys, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off the join and leave commands. My bad, Mr. Cool. You can join. Install Dune. You can join. Hey, did I send you the 15 bucks for winning the raffle, Mr. Cool? I don't remember. I feel like it's a no. I feel like I'd remember. And now Mr. Cool's like, wait, that's true. I forgot. Mr. Cool. That's not bueno. I guess I go here. Okay, time for the next Westy quest. This way? That way. Up! Oh. No. Here we go. Let's see. That is why I think the real rich people don't talk about being rich. The second you do, people expect something they don't deserve in slightest. To be fair, I'm just giving you guys the negative stuff he told me. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that was really fun. Like, you know, this is probably one of the best examples I can give of something I learned from rich people I got to meet in real life versus stuff rich people say, like on YouTube, right? If you look at it in real life, like most rich people, they know exactly who their friends are because they unveil themselves when you get rich. And you know exactly who just wants to use you, right? Which is something that if I were to say to you, I'm gonna give you a choice to unveil or reveal everyone in your social vicinity, so you know who's truly your friend and who doesn't actually care that much about you, would you take it or not? The funny part is I'm pretty sure most people would be like, yeah, okay, right? And so you do get that once you get rich. And so that's the way he looked at it. He was like, if I asked him, how many people would you consider your actual friends? He said, oh, that's easy, 3. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. And so his wife was 1. And then 2 other friends. And I was like, that's so cool. It's just like, yeah, 100%. It's like, that's the only people that would be there if all the money disappeared. Everyone else, he's like, everyone else I treat the same way. And he said, the same way you treat me, like a distant relative. I was like, okay, all right. I was like, I don't treat you like a distant relative. I was like, you're way less important to me. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. So I was like, those are good talks, to be fair. Hello to IQ and Marcos. Kalispera. Hope you boys are doing well. Hope you're having a good week. Do we go here? What is over here? Maybe I go up here, actually. Yeah, I feel like I go up here. Maybe I can scout from here. Does that work? Or do I need to be higher up? No, I can do it from here. Okay. How are you boys doing? You guys still hanging out in Minecraft, I'm assuming, right? And drink water, guys. It's super hot here. How's the temperature where you guys are? Okay, not super hot. It's like 28 to 30 degrees, but for Dutch standards, it's pretty hot. I have discovered. Interesting. Did I discover these already? That's interesting. No, I didn't. I feel like that's not right. There's not a quest here in each case. Okay, I guess I just go try to find this then. The 5th trial of Okel. Wait 1 second. 5th trial of Okel is... Oh, that's by the rift. I can recognize the chasm. Or does it just show on the map actually? Oh, it does, alright. Okay. This way. To the chasm. Keep forgetting to cancel the overheating time. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see. Now we meme on 2IQ showing up late. Being like, rental already said hi for you. That is fair. It's okay. People can come and go as they please. I'm just glad you guys are happy. Having fun, living a good life. That's all that matters, guys. Every day. As boring as possible, preferably. If you have an exciting life. I feel like it's much better to just realize if you just learn to be happy and grateful for your boring life, that's a way better usage of your time than trying to find exhilarating stuff. Living from peak to peak, if you will. Instead, just enjoy the plateau. But well, opinions. So I screwed up. No! At some point, you would think that thing would break. There it is. I'll probably remove this, I realize. Where is it? 42 meters this way? What? It's here? What? Okay. Ooh. The hidden test. My late lunch getting cut short. Time for the next batch of chlorine. Alright, have good luck, man. Hope you have a good shift, but thank you for teaching. Writing is so much fun. I love the feeling you get when listening to the happiest songs to exist while writing. About the main character's mom getting decapitated right in front of her. Allegedly. Alright. Writing is fun. Okay, we'll stop it there. Oh, 27, 28. It's the same as here. Okay. That's nice. I feel like for me, 25, like somewhere between 22 and 25 degrees Celsius is ideal. Anything above gets too hot. Anything below is okay. But ideal, I think 22, 25. 34 in the shade? What the crap, dude? What does that mean? What does that mean? Is that 40 in the sun? Is that what you're saying? It's 98 here in the shadows and super humid. Oh man. That's rough. That is very, very rough. Alright. We sniffers. Enjoying life is kind of off when you didn't ask for it, as my older self would say. What do you mean it's off when you didn't ask for it? Phacil is praying. I melt like a snowman. Canadians, right? I feel like with how gentle you guys are and how caring, you're basically snowmen. Canadians are definitely the nicest people I've ever met from a culture standpoint. I've told this story way too many times, but long story short, they take care of you as a tourist, which is very neat. Very neat. Who is the creator? Do you know Wally? No, no Wally.
Do you understand, Wally?
Oh, do you understand Wally? I said so. They actually changed the audio, I realized. The game is really quiet now. Let me check how the audio is for you guys. When she talks anyway. It's still really quiet.
And the words of the Kitab al-Ibar, their works have been overturned.
I guess we just turn. Bila Kaifa. That's still really quiet. What the heck? They really fidgeted with the audio then. I guess music volume goes to 15. This goes to 50. Alright, let's try it like this. Alright, let's see. That's a bit better.
Creates the air we breathe. The soft sand where we pitch our
Still here listening on phone and earbuds? Oh, no worries, man. Good luck with your work, bud. Hey, what's up, big boy? How are you doing, bud? Guten Abend. I hadn't done German, actually. Guten Abend. Wie geht's? Ja, how are you? See why fact checkers me say this statement is false. Link to never gonna give you up. Okay, right. Let's see, well, I mean, you just got born and it's like, okay, you're born. Now go and live in this hellhole where 80% of people want to exploit and use you and you have no say in the matter. That's not true. 99% of people don't want to exploit you. If you don't believe me, start counting. No, no, no. If you don't believe me, start counting. Talk to every single person and check whether or not they exploited you. Make sure you chart it because your brain's not going to register it correctly for you. 99 out of 100 do not exploit you. If they do, you're in a really bad situation. You are the exception. I apologize. I was wrong in your case. But for just about everyone else. But negativity bias and confirmation bias will get you. Yeah, me too, man. It's hot. But apparently it's hot everywhere. It's hot in Canada too. Same for Texas. Get on the rocks, dude. Don't get eaten. Wally. Nice hopping. Oh, oh, oh. I guess I go here, Wally. Wally. Oh, Wally. Or good Wally. Join us in this very sweaty.
An easy planet. And God brought the weight of kindliness.
We need to take a quick break.
For the typhoon that comes.
Bila Kaifa. No Bila Kaifa? Okay, alright. Alright guys, quick break time because people are gonna get slapped with ads. Let me answer chat. I like to exploit people. It's my birthright. You are like the last person that exploits people. I'm the eldest sibling who has tricked my siblings into mining for me in Minecraft, which they enjoy doing because they enjoy helping you out. Have fun. Fun fact. Let's see. Fun fact, there's a bird called turkey vulture. It can poop antiseptic and vomit acid. It's a Pokemon? Like, what the crap? Alright, give me 1 second. This needs confirmation. 1 moment. Cannot leave you guys hanging like this. Impossible. I feel like I'm about to get trolled. Here we go. Turkey vulture. Get out of here. That's hilarious. Okay. Alright, well, good to know. I'm actually not gonna look it up. I believed the rest of your story. Alright guys, quick ad break. So to make sure no one gets slapped with ads mid-conversation. Use it as a break, of course. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, get a snack as well. And make sure you move around if you're not already moving around. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Hope you're having a good time and hope your week is fantastic. Catch you in 5 minutes. No race. I'm sorry. Trying to stay consistent. Okay, what did I miss? One time my dad hit a turkey vulture with a windshield. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for the vulture. The mess was insane. Okay, alright. Gotcha fortune cookies. Alright. Let's see. You know, I'm realizing trying to make people stand up and take a break from the screen is way more difficult if you have cool minigames. That is true, but in my defense, I treat all of you guys like adults. So for those of you that are sitting behind your screen watching me, I appreciate you viewing as always. You're supposed to get up during the ad break. But for the people on their phones, you can play the minigame while you walk around. Now, you can play the minigame while you're on the bathroom too. I don't mind. I'm just saying, as long as you do your best to actually take a break, I am content. Plus, I took my 5-minute break by helping my grandma. Also true. Nice. He's saying, speaking moistly. All right, this is she put a video of ex-prime minister, Justin Trudeau saying that it's a COVID statement. Speaking moistly. What do you mean, worm? Okay. Wally? Worm, please. Okay, Wally. I think it's here. Yeah. Okay, no worm. Wait, worm. Oh, not worm. Watermaster. Who the heck are you?
Our footsteps are as the drums of the slavers, calling Shai Halud upon our enemies.
Yes, Shai Halud. Let's see. This minigame is making me a racerist. Okay, alright. Alright. Oh yes. Phacil doesn't mind if you're taking a number 2. No, that's true. Time to spam Lisan Al Gaib. I think so. Hi Thumper.
Men must learn to live with their gods. Who can deny a Fremen the right to walk or ride where he wills? Only Shai Hulud.
The Maker. What's happening? Am I about to get eaten by Shai Hulud? What do you mean forward? Are you nuts? Yeah, hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing, bud? No worries, no worries. Hope you're doing well. How's your week, man? And of course, good luck if you have no time to type. I had 2 kids. What do I do now? Maybe not Shai Hulud? Oh. Am I supposed to get eaten by Shai Hulud? Oh no. Okay. Go up. Shai Hulud, run upstairs. Excuse me? Shai Hulud, calm down. Ibn Kirthaiba.
The Maker. May his passing cleanse the world.
Okay.
Remember Poritrin. Be
Bila Kaifa. Alright, Shai Hulud. Thumper, you eat.
Ibn
I got you.
Kirtaiba. Who is the creator?
The Maker, may his passing cleanse the world.
The Maker. May his passing cleanse the world. Remember Poritrin. Bila Kaifa.
Bila Kaifa. Oh yes. Yes! Phacil is the chosen one. I'm about to get eaten by a worm because you guys said that, but that's okay. Because chosen one. Let's see. Lots going on. Tried Abysses. Dawn of War Definitive Edition came out. Okay, okay. Nice. How is it? I'm assuming that's a Warhammer game? Or is that what is it? What is the term? My English is failing me. The same Dawn of War game from back in the day, but they revamped it. Working on a Breaker Incendiary video, very nice. This is this Oscar Wilde here, saying every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. It's basically ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Just remember, you are but a speck in the universe. You're not that important, so make sure you enjoy the ride. None of us are that important. Which is really alleviating if you think about it. Slow going? Well, as long as you're happy, right? That's what matters. If you're happy and content with the pace, that's what matters. And if not, then at least you know what you want to work towards. We did it, guys! We did it. Where do I go now? The 6th trial of Occul. What the heck is this? It's like somewhere in a corner? Is that here? Oh, there it is. Alright, that makes sense. Wait, I thought I discovered this part. Why is it not showing now? Oh, it's a sandstorm, never mind. Haha. JK. Alright, well, I guess we go to the next quest. Oh. Rental wants to spy on me. Okay. I probably should drop some weight stuff. This heavy? This is heavy. That's heavy. That better than what I have? No. Good enough. Good enough. Dawn of War Definitive Editions remastered Dawn of War. Yeah, exactly. It's remastered. Nice. And Abysses is a first-person roguelike. Okay. What did you think of the two games? Again, if you're busy, you don't have to answer. Quick, no worries. What did she say? What was the joke? Why was the snowman looking at carrots? Because he was picking his nose. Well done. Well done, Rental. That joke win. Kind of like everyone. Heroes Ascension. What a first-person shooter. Oh, okay. Very neat. I've always enjoyed roguelikes, to be fair. I think roguelikes have a lot of potential. Maybe just because they have to invest less time into graphics. So there's more actual time in content. Not always, of course, but that's kind of how it feels to me. But I know absolutely nothing about game development, so probably wrong. Let's see, this way? Thou shalt not spy on Phacil al-Gahib. I don't know, I feel like she's about to spy on me. I'm pretty confident. What is brine punk? Steampunk style, but nautical steampunk. Okay, interesting. I didn't know brine punk was a term. It's the first time I've ever heard that. Cool. Let's see. Oh, Evercore Heroes Ascension, sorry. Definitive Edition, only Connor has it. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, CBFB is Connor Bread from Beyond, I think is his channel name. It's Creek's son. If you guys haven't followed his YouTube channel, please look up Connor Bread from Beyond. Or Far Beyond? I think it's From Beyond. Connor Bread from Beyond. So give him some love and support if you guys are here, please. Every like you give him, every follow you give him, tells the YouTube algorithm that there's interest or support. So believe it or not, just clicking those buttons is a big deal. So please take a moment if you haven't. And thank you, of course, for being kind human beings. Boom, I bribed them. I am bribe. Really? Die, he says. Alright. We go north. Let's see. When are we getting Phacil Punk? I know, right? Maybe one day, maybe one day. But for now, no. I feel like I probably could ask Susan to work on something like this. Like, I absolutely love how ambitious Susan usually is. And most of the time she's like, yeah, I'll do it. But then she has really good priorities in life. So she's like, give me a second to draw something for my nephew first. I'm like, okay, alright. Okay, I'm sorry. But probably one day. We can look into it. We can do. It has breaks between rooms, so it could be streamed effectively while not ignoring chat. Oh, okay. I'll look into it. Abysses? Okay. Can you text me that on Discord, actually? Or put it in the feedback channel in Discord. Both should be fine. Where's the... Probably here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, Connor's streaming right now? Oh, maybe today we do raid. I don't have a lot of time to hang out after my stream ends. I don't know how long Connor streams either. But I would love to give him some support. Connor is in the Discord quite a bit, guys. Definitely need to show him some love. It's good for the oxytocin. Get some oxytocin. I feel like I need to drop by the base. It helps a lot. He is about 250 subs short and 500 watch hours. Yeah, definitely help him out, guys. Connor Bread from Beyond. Look him up on YouTube, please. Maybe I can give me 1 sec. Let me do this right. YouTube Connor Bread. Okay, let me drop a link in the chat. Come on, YouTube, please load faster. Connor Bread from Beyond. Let's see this. How do I drop? Well, copy link. I'm pretty sure I can drop a specific link that helps you guys sub. This sucks. I don't know how to do this. I'm old. All right, let me. There you go. That's Connor Bread's YouTube channel. Please hit sub/like buttons. Connor does his best, just like Craig and stuff. Just remember, guys, every time you press like on anything or follow on anything, that's a really big deal for people making content. Like, I'll give you guys a fun fact, actually. I was looking up the stats, and apparently if someone watches a video, or sorry, if you watch a video and you like the video, if you take all the people that watched your video and actually liked your video, still only 1 to 5% of those people will press the like and or follow button. Most people just don't think about it that much. But it's a really, really big deal if people press the like button. Because then YouTube is like, oh, okay. Apparently you care. And so then YouTube is like, well, maybe I spread your content further then. Please. Am I dying? No. I definitely need to drop by the base. I can drop that. Probably this. Yeah, I need to drop by the base. Holy crap. Oh. Didn't need that actually. Alright. Let's see. There is some info about Bat Metal Resurrection. A what? What do you mean? Wait, about what channel? About his channel? Or do you mean you have a channel, Rental? If you have a channel, definitely, guys, also support Rental. I'll look it up. I have subscribed. Thank you so much on behalf of Connor and Krieg as well, of course. Wait. Where's... Why can I not sniff? Hello? Hello? Listen to the Shigawire recording. Oh, okay.
The Sardaukar destruction extends even to these small shrines. I cannot decipher their purpose, but the altar seems to have contained a quantity of spice. And the murals. Such beauty to be destroyed by the cut of a lasgun or blade. All I could decipher from here is another step on the journey of the Zensuni wanderers. Thurgrod. Perhaps there's some link between the Zensuni and the Fremen.
Okay, alright. We gonna find out. Never mind, he isn't streaming? Okay, alright, no worries. No worries. Not mine, Connor's channel. Let's see. You don't know about bat metal? No, I don't, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Rainy days are relaxing, yes or no, guys? Oh, this is about to spark debate. Because people are going to either be like, no, rainy days are depressing. Or people are going to be like, yes, obviously. This is going to be interesting. Why can I not sniff? I just want my sand in-game, guys. Don't do drugs in real life. There you go. But in-game... In-game? No problemo. Yes, relaxing. Okay. Okay. It's the other way. Rainy days are objectively superior. There you go. One of these. I love rain until it goes on too many days. There you go. This is the other half of the equation. No worries. I think yes as well. I'm a yes guy as well. I would say rainy days are very good. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So this is basically teamwork makes the dream work, is what Aristotle is saying here. That's how old this knowledge is. Hello, Google. How you doing, bud? Hope everyone's doing well. Gonna be lurking because work. Good luck with the game. Thank you so much, man. Good luck beating the economy and then becoming really wealthy and stuff. I expect you to buy at least one Phacil Gaming sweater / hoodie once I decide I should get the web shop going. After you make like $1 billion, alright? Then I expect at least one sweater. Probably two, but only so I can gift the second one. Alright, let's see. A good thunderstorm is great. Yeah, agreed. I know people that are terrified of thunderstorms though. I'm not sure where to go actually. Is it this way? I am lost. I am lost. I keep going into the same thing. How's that possible? Because I've gone left 3 times. I've gone left 3 times. It's probably up actually. I feel like it's up. Then I just forgot to look up. Is it up? 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 Not up. I'm stuck. Alright, GG guys. It's been good. I had a good time playing Dune. I can no longer get out of here. GG's. GG's. It's not up. I just... What's happening? Help. Rental? Where's rental when you need her? Hello? Where's my exit? Where's my exit plan? Canada? Alright, one sec. Let's see. Phacil, you have survival homework. Watch the bat medal? Okay, alright. Thank you for linking it. I will watch it after stream. No worries. Rainy days makes me know that Monsieur Neuvillette, I think. Who is Monsieur Neuvillette? Sounds really interesting. Rainy days used to be the only days I had off. You had off on rainy days? Okay. Growing up on the farm. Some of the only homework I ever did was terming. Oh. That's fair. Never thought about it actually. That does make sense. That you'd be off on a rainy day on the farm. Huh. Google says, question of the day, I am not where I want to be in life. And randomness / uncontrollable factors have played and will play a large part, positive and negative, in that. Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely not alone there, so hopefully that's some solace, Google. But at least we can try to control as much of it as we can, right? Yo, I am actually lost. What's happening? Alright, wait. Maybe the secret is I should turn right. Or maybe... it's on the other side? No, it definitely wasn't. I came here from this side. What's happening? I'm just gonna keep reading chat. You put Connor's channel in chat. Thank you so much. Well done, Rental. Thank you for supporting Connor. Doing well. You're welcome. Any more housework for the incoming child? No, I'm pretty done, honestly. I am pretty done, I'll be honest. I am content. I'm just waiting for the pregnant one to give me my next order. That's basically how it works, guys, for those of you that didn't know. So at some point, hormones are going to start surging into her brain, and she's going to be like, I have another gig. I'll be like, all right, tell me what to do. That's how it works. Yeah, you're damn right, you better purchase it. But only after you beat the economy, though. Before that, we're good. You betrayer. Okay, guys. I need to focus because every time I look at chat, I'm like, where am I again? I found it. I did it. Obviously, I did it. Pro gamer. Clearly. Hi. Alright. Where is the 7th one? Is the question then. Where the heck is the 7th one? No, track. This looks like it's the rift. Is that the rift? It is the rift. This is 7 then. Right? We double check. Yeah, it's definitely that. This is 7. Alright, rift in the crack. Alright, Rental. Got you, Canada. No worries. No. This way. Oh yeah. I am where I wanted to be 3 years ago. But not where I wanted to be last year. Progress. Yeah, that is progress. Well done. Optimism. Well done. As long as we move forward, guys. Every inch is an inch. Thank you. And that's what she said. Let's see. Good luck in that case, and I will purchase Phacil gaming merch. I appreciate you, but no worries. I was speaking. Alright, let's see. But I appreciate the support, of course. Cool, dude. The worst is rain like ever. Last month it rained 3 weeks in a row with slight breaks, but overall it's like 18 days of rain. Now tell me it's positive. I still feel like Mr. Cool's gonna say it's positive. What's up, Stern? How you doing, bud? How's your week, man? Drink water, guys. Goedenavond, which is Dutch for good evening. I was doing all the languages during the intro. Or not all the languages, just the ones I know, of course. Which are quite a few at this point. Dobry večer, kalispera, goedenavond, buenas noches, good evening, bonsoir, shub sandhya, which is Hindi. What else do I know? That's about it, I think. 150 meters down. Is it this? It's probably this, honestly. Alright. Let's see. Rain is cool. The name of Indra, I cast you down. Alright. Told you. Told you. What's the fastest way to learn a second language? Practicing. Boom. Easy win. Wisdom just facepalmed. He's like, this guy. But it is. It's actually true. I'm not lying. It actually is. Hold the language answer. Customer is approaching me. No worries. Take your time. Take your time, Wisdom. By messing up the language you're trying to learn? It's practice. The answer is just practice, honestly. I am well. Week's been nice. Yeah, the weather's very good. I like it. Well, have you? No, it's still vacation time, right? Have you been to the beach? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with the good weather? Swimming pool, sunbathing. Cool rain is the coolest. That is also true. Hopping on Dune. All right. See you in a bit. Rental will probably send you an invite. The best way to learn a second language is to download an APK with a second language. That is maybe true. What is... I don't like the backstep. So sometimes my character backsteps when I try to heavy stab him. I guess I have to give it a bit of a pause before I left click after he tries to hit me. That's interesting. Playing video games? Okay, that's good. Remember to soak up some vitamin D as well. I try to give you guys little tips like this every now and again. Just remember detaching yourself from technology and then sitting in the sun for half a second is actually a big deal. For your brain mostly, of course. The reason why I'll give you guys the neurobiochemistry is because you give your brain time to disperse the dopamine. So you start enjoying stuff that you normally wouldn't enjoy, believe it or not. Which is nuts to think about. Oh, that's the wrong way, okay. What's the quote? Judgments prevent us from seeing the good that lies beyond appearances. Hell yeah. We've talked about this quite a bit. Just remember, you're always going to judge a book by its cover. That's your brain being efficient. But because back in the day, efficiency basically was survival. You didn't waste unnecessary energy. And at the same time, you know, if a little bush or a little shrub like bounced back and forth, your brain had to think tiger. Because if you didn't think tiger, you would get eaten by a tiger. But obviously, it could have been a rabbit. Or, I don't know, a fox. Or something harmless. So, it's not always a tiger. But your brain is always going to think it's a tiger. And so, make sure you take your time to realize whenever you think stuff is awful, that's just your brain in ancient evolution mode. Because most of the time, it's not a tiger. Especially in this day and age. So, keep that in mind. And so one of the ways to get past that as well is to give yourself time to reset, which you do by detaching yourself from everything and just sitting there. Which is boring at first, and then once you make it a practice, you're going to be like, that's crazy, that's how my brain works. Yep, your brain plays you or you play it. There's no in-betweensies. Time to sniff. I was burning in the sun. That is fair. Burn in the sun, I would say, is a bit too long, but you can soak some vitamin D though. Don't use Duolingo. Duolingo is really good. They gamified language. Honestly, Duolingo is a really good tool. But it comes down to practice. So if you don't like Duolingo, it doesn't matter, right? It's all going to come down to practice. And I guess the practical tips there is don't just learn it theoretically, so by using an app like Duolingo or getting a book or whatever, but also learn it practically. So make sure you find someone you can talk to. You can just, I don't know, Google a forum or find some page where you know, or maybe you know someone, whatever the case is. Whatever language you're trying to learn, the best thing you can do is find someone that speaks it. And then practice with them. And then you're going to feel silly. And then just keep practicing. It'll work. Fun fact was when my friend told me I need to touch grass and was furious when I rolled up a joint. So in my opinion, he has no idea what he talks about. All right. I feel like that's on you though, James. No worries. I was thinking about the question today. What does personal truth mean in this context? Like as opposed to a non-personal truth. So something about you. So personal as
Why
in
were we created?
about you.
Ibn Qirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing.
Wally?
Do you understand, Wally?
Maybe? Just outside for the past 4 or so hours, but I'm in Scotland, so the sun doesn't exist. Okay, fair.
Our God gave us the Hulasikali Wala, the wind that eats flesh, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Carry shelter always against the coming of Kralizek.
Oh.
Bila Kaifa.
Bila Kaifa. Let me out. But what if it is a tiger? Well, you're shit out of luck because you are definitely not the majority. But true. Very true. This is also why you're never going to be able to get rid of this thought. Because it could be a tiger. You're right. But most of the time it isn't. That's all I'm saying. I need to put Allen Iverson practice rant in Discord. Okay, alright. Okay, curious. I enjoyed basketball quite a bit when I was younger. I still do, but I used to be much more obsessed with it. Back, customer and I got talking about suicide prevention. Nice. That's a really good thing. Most of the time. Okay, I'll look up the stuff you guys are posting on Discord later. No worries. What do we do? What do I do? Wally? Hello? Wally? I'm assuming I don't jump off. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do jump off. Alright. It is what it is. No, bye.
We were exiled from Nilotic al-Urobra
Oh, I needed to cross it before it went down.
for our unwillingness to fight.
Ooh. Yep. Good to know. How does one practice a new language successfully? I spent 4 years trying Spanish, can barely read it, but can barely read it, but can't write or speak it. You find someone that speaks Spanish. Where's the bed? Oh, I probably should have gone up. Never mind. You find someone that speaks it, and then every time you run into them, and you obviously you talk to them about it,
For our willingness to forgive.
but every time you run into them, you stop speaking English. You'll get it 100%.
For our willingness
Immersion,
to
exactly what
forget.
Greg said. Immersion. But practice, long story short. But so not just theoretical, but also practical knowledge. No.
And the
Run,
judges
Wally.
said, mine enemies are like green blades eaten down, that did stand in the path of the tempest. Hast thou not seen what our Lord did? The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Why did God create us? We are the action and knowledge of God, and He has prepared the way.
No Bila Kaifa? Okay. Watch Spanish TV too. Yeah, that also works. All of it is just practice. It's just getting, like, exposing yourself to the language as much as possible, and not just in one direction. So not just towards you, but also the other way, which means you have to find someone you can speak it with. Which is why I think Duolingo actually works really well, because you can actually do speaking exercises as well. But nothing's gonna work as well as actually speaking with someone.
Ibn Kirtaiba, the typhoon's struggle comes. Why were we created?
One sec, Ibn Kirtaiba. I had 2 Spanish teachers that were great. They lived in Mexico. My mentor who speaks like 6 languages and teaches how to teach. It's just practice, honestly. You find someone that's willing to speak with you, and if you're really, really serious about it, Wisdom, then you take 1 or 2 days out of the week where obviously you ask this person if they're okay with it, and hell, like maybe if you're really focused on it, you pay them for it, but you ask for 10, 15, 20 minutes of conversation in that language a week, like once or twice a week. I guarantee you'll get the language down. You're basically asking them to be your sparring partner in their language. They don't even have to be a teaching person, right? Have a good one, James. Thank you for hanging out, man. I'm glad. I hope you get some good rest. I appreciate you hanging out, bud. Catch you on the next one. Rest well. Let's see. Whatever you do in your free time, if you can change it to Spanish, do it. Yeah. Yeah, all of this is just immersion and practice, basically. It's the best way to summarize it. So, like, deep dive into the language as much as you can. That's gonna work best always. It's true for everything, really. This is how you can learn everything. Alright, here we go. Question of the day. Not sure if truth is a good expression here, so I'll use suspicion instead. So the suspicion that I'm simply not compatible with our modern world, irregardless of how hard I try, is pretty scary. Like you don't fit. I like that. You can call it a truth or a suspicion. I like that. I think you're wrong. I think we all fit just fine. I think our mind has a habit of convincing us that we don't fit just because I'll use the word again. We exclude the concept of Sonder too often, which is, again, a term I got from Frodo Fraggins, one of the viewers. And it's realizing that every single person has a life just as vivid and complex as yours, you know, filled with love, filled with hate, filled with pain, filled with joy, filled with like every little detail in your life. Every single person you walk past is like that. And so your mind, I think, excludes you from that too much and makes everyone else an NPC, if you will. And then you're like, yeah, but I'm not an NPC. It's like, but no one else is either. So it's like, so don't worry, you fit in just fine. And the moment, like, for me, stuff like this started clicking is when I took the time to actually talk to people that, first of all, I trusted really well. And then the second group of people was people I trusted less. And then the third group of people was people like I didn't know at all. And then the last group of people was people that I knew for a fact didn't like me. And I talked about these topics with them. So people that didn't like me, I gave my insecurities, that I felt like I wasn't enough, I felt like I didn't fit, etc. Just like you in this case, big boy. And even those people are like, all right, dude. Like, so these people hate me, right? Their words, not mine. And even they're like, okay, like, you just made it no fun to hate you, right? Because like, if you're going to be vulnerable in front of me, then I know for a fact I'm the bad guy if I don't at least give you some sort of comfort. So that's really fun to realize, because we all fit in. Realistically, you don't even have to do that much for it. It's the crazy part. We survive Kralicek.
To survive Kralizek,
Oh,
the war at the
Kralizek.
end of the universe. Yahya Shuhada. Remember Nilotic al-Urobra. Be
Okay.
Nakif.
Okay. This also works. Yeah, just immersion and practice, basically. I grew up watching Telemundo movies and shows because they were better than the other two channels. It'll help. Honestly, find someone you can hang out with who speaks Spanish and just ask them to just keep speaking Spanish. Don't revert back to English. Give everything you can to stay in Spanish. And if you force your brain to stay in Spanish, it'll learn Spanish. At some point, your brain will be like, okay, man, it's like, it looks like, it feels like you're very serious about wanting to learn Spanish, and it'll start building connections. It'll properly start building infrastructure, if you will. It'll morph your anatomy to accommodate what it is you're trying to achieve. And that is probably one of the coolest things to realize about the human mind. But you really have to give it your all, else it doesn't count. Else your brain is like, this is just a fad, it'll pass. But if you give everything, it'll morph it, don't worry. I want to do way too much, gotta quit dreaming about all these new skills and just focus on completing. Yeah, this is a good one. This is probably what's making it hard for you, that you're bouncing too much between things you want. Oh, that was your question of the day. Yeah, no worries. That's a good one, honestly. All right, let's see. Where do we go from here? Wally? Find the cave. The footsteps of the Fremen. This is by a cliff on the north side. Square. Rectangle. Oh, I should be able to see it actually, I realized. Wait, should I? Should I? Cliff on the north side. Where? Oh, maybe it's in this area actually. Yep. I don't know where this last one is, Wally. No. Alright, well, that's rough. Let's see, I think sparring partner was the best way you could put it, Phacil. I had to help my friend in Uruguay with English, and I saw her improve a lot just from hanging out over the span of 2 years. Exactly, yeah. Because if you... This is why it's useful. It's even better if you... Yeah, exactly. If you meet someone who only speaks Spanish wisdom, because they can't speak English with you. And so now you're forced, like you're actually forced. So that's even better. It's much better even. But of course you have to find someone like that. Honestly, never felt the NPC thing. It's less people that seem distant. It's our world state that just seems unmanageable to me. All right, well, define world state, big boy. We can do this talk. I enjoy this talk. Let's see. Despite me not knowing shit in Spanish, she tried comparing English stuff with Spanish phrases or words, which I think helped. We also did a lot of Google Translate, making fun of it specifically. Yeah. This is the point, right? Like like immersion is the right word by Krieg, right? You practice, you immerse. And so the reason I brought up the words theoretical and practical is that if you just everything in hypothesis or everything in theory, you know, I'll quote Einstein again. In theory, you know, in theory and practice are the same. In practice, they are not, right? This is an Einstein quote. What you have to understand is that if you teach your brain something by, you know, reading or practicing via Duolingo, etc., you're just teaching your brain hypothetically and theoretically how it works. When the reality of it is, in practice, it's not going to be like that. And like, let me give you the language variation to this, right? Logically speaking, you could think, oh, well, you know, I looked up the words, now I know Spanish. But that's not true. Because the reality of it is, the way someone speaks Spanish, it's probably going to have a lot of slang in there. Maybe they don't articulate as well as Duolingo did. Maybe their grammar's different. Maybe they speak faster or slower than you're used to. There's all these variations that theory is just never going to give you. And so you have to practice it in real life, and then you'll start noticing the little details. And so not even consciously, like your brain will start noticing the details, you won't. And then once your brain starts catching those details, then you actually start learning the language. Because now, when someone talks to you in that language, in the language you're trying to learn, something really cool happens because your brain starts to get it, which is which is basically synonymous to you learning the language. But the only time that's going to happen is in practice. You could know all the words and have all your Duolingo stuff aced, and you still won't actually understand or know the language until you start practicing. So fun facts, definitely. Practice away. Talk to Thu-Fear. An Arakeen unknown. Where the heck is Thu-Fear? Thu-Fear's here, right? No, it's not. I think I need to fly somewhere. Actually, let me put stuff in base first. That's what I need to do first. Hello? There it is. Stern says, don't use the poison wine. He said that to me last week. I have no idea what that means. We're gonna find out. Oh, there's the base. I was like, where's the base? Somewhere in the quest line, there's poison wine. Okay. Alright. You'll know that you're on the right track when you start thinking in that language. That's a good example, yeah. It doesn't happen for everyone, of course, but this is actually a fun fact because I speak Spanish with my mother and with my family from that side. I speak Dutch here, of course, and I speak English with you guys, among other people. It's really funny because sometimes, let's say I'm doing math, right, in my head. Sometimes it's in Dutch, sometimes it's in English, and sometimes it's in Spanish. And realistically, I don't think about it. It just happens in those languages. And so I think those are really fun things to think about. So definitely a good point, Mr. Cole. Thank you. Hello, Witness, by the way. I don't know if I said hello. I saw your chat. I apologize, but hello, Witness. I hope you're doing well, man. I think it's time to get rolling guard. What is rolling guard? Is that a Warframe thing? Oh, wait. Rental's being mushy. Yes! She says you guys are too nice. Not too nice, just nice. No, you cannot say that about me. Yes, you are. I'm gonna say that about you. Oh, Stern beat me to it. Also, gonna grind some stuff for you. Oh, that's heartwarming, guys. Keep it up. Much appreciated. Spread the oxytocin. Fun fact, people watching Stern do nice stuff for rental actually gives everyone oxytocin. That's how the human mind works. Enjoy. I went past the base. No. My bad. Whee! Our base is gigantic. How did I miss the base? Stern connected his tower, guys. Thank you so much, Stern. That is so nice of you. Just for that, I will land my Thopter on your roof. You're welcome. Let's see. No. Okie dokie. Robin Williams said, "You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it." Hell yeah. This is the same as being abnormal is a good thing. Or being normal is a bad thing. However you want to look at it. That is 100% true. Life is too short to fit into a box. So if someone tries to fit you into a box and it works, definitely push harder. Very true. Rest in peace, Mr. Williams. Yeah, it is. It's a Warframe thing. Okay. I'm doing well. Thank you, Witness. How about you, man? How's life treating you? I actually have played a little bit of Warframe, a couple hours. I told the stream earlier that the next time I play with my friend from Denmark, which is probably the only times I'm going to be playing Warframe. Not 100%, but probably. I'll jump into the Discord. Every now and again he jumps into the stream. In fiction and from my mentor, I did learn that being able to switch thoughts in multiple languages is the sign of real fluency. Probably true. I don't know if that's, some sort of scientifically proven thing, but I would agree with it at least. It is English for me if it is easy, Russian if it's medium, and Ukrainian for hard. That is interesting. Maybe that is a factor. Never thought about it, Mr. Cole. Thank you. Thinking in that language. Let's see. Big Boy says, hard to quantify, but it feels that at large, things get worse. And irregardless of how well I'm doing personally, I have no belief in any reasonably positive future. Well, a fun fact for you, Big Boy, and this you as a scientist will appreciate. Just realize that for thousands, longer even, for many thousands of years, people have thought exactly this. And so even if you take all the wars that are going on right now, it's still not as bad as the world used to be. So it's really good to keep that in mind. So, is it bad? Yes, of course, I agree. Is it the worst it's ever been? According to what metric? Give me the metric. Because most likely the answer is no. Well, give me the metric, right? But most likely, guys, the answer is no. We're not that bad off. Funny enough. Yeah, guys, don't be no one normal. I feel like no one normal is someone you can aspire to be. I feel like he has an extremely chill approach to a lot of stuff. That one's for you, normal, if you're still here. Not always a good thing, but many times a good thing. If you take the opposite, someone who's stressed about everything, I would take Normal's approach, definitely. I would take the don't care much about anything approach over the alternative. So obviously the holy grail is somewhere in the middle. But if you have to pick... Ah, damn it. I didn't want to deposit those. Give me back the thing. This and the cut array. I need to craft some of the scouting orbs actually. This, all of that I can deposit, I'm pretty confident. Yes. Craft some scouting thingamajiggies. Oh, apparently the spice thing actually fills up naturally, or maybe it's because I sniffed the spice for the quest. Alright, probably that. A thumper? Device for attracting worms. Okay. Thumper. Do I want a thumper? Probably. Do I want a steel tent? Probably not. I don't know. Alright, where's the little detection ball munition thing? Is it not here? Oh, here it is. There we go. Let's see. Sorry, it took me a while to articulate that with the text limit. That's okay, big boy. No worries. No worries at all, man. I highly doubt you're on your own on this one, in this one, big boy. A lot of people are like, man, I feel like I should just give up hope. The world is screwed. Just remember, guys, again, like, I'm only 35 for the record. The point is, the world is in the best state it's ever been in. And that's crazy to think about with all the wars and stuff. And you could say, yeah, but nukes. Fast. It's like, well, yeah, but we've had nukes for a long time. So if it comes to that, okay, great, I was wrong. But for the record, that would be like the biggest event in history. And we've had a lot of bad people with a lot of bad power in history, okay? So there's a lot of little details to keep in mind, okay? And so let me give you a fun thought, okay? I once heard a talk by, I don't know, I think it's some probably political army high up guy. And the point is, you have to realize the concept of launching nukes is basically the end of the world, right? And so it's not just the 1 or 2 or 3 crazy guys we need to have. All of the people beneath them as well, who are not stupid, who also know it's the end of the world, also need to cross that line. So there's a very big cascade of things that need to go wrong for something like that to happen, which it can. I'm not saying it can't. It definitely can. I'm saying that it's unlikely. And the reason I'm saying that, and I'm optimistic, maybe naive about it, is because at the end of the day, this is not the first time something like this has happened in history. And every single time people feel this way about it. And every single time they've been wrong. So that's the good news, guys. So, of course, I hope I'm not wrong here, because that's literally the end of the world. But if it is, we can flip it even. Let's say it is. Why worry about it? We don't have any control over it. So the only assumption you should make and can make is just assume that it's not. And adapt to a world where it's not the case. Because everything else is irrelevant anyway. But this is slowly turns into an optimism versus pessimism debate. Be sure to let me know. I'd be happy to join in. Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay, we'll do witness. No worries. Beware of the rental if you ever host Warframe in Phacil Gaming. No worries. I know. We will take all your free stuff, but only if you want to give it to us. Let's see. No one normal is a super normal guy. He's so normal he appears extraordinary. There you go. I think... how the hell am I supposed to translate it? Harder stuff. I think it's because of the level of math that I know in each language. In English, it's the most difficult thing I learned was simultaneous equations. While in Ukrainian, I can do harder stuff. Yeah. That is fair. I do think it has to do with how much you control a language. What language you think in. But I don't know. I definitely didn't look into that. In nuclear war, it's a podium of losers. Everyone loses. But again, we've had nukes for a very long time, guys. So most people that know their stuff, you know, military people, high up politicians, most people are like, it's not going to happen. It's literally the end of the world. So even psychopaths, narcissists, sociopaths, there's no win there. There's like, it doesn't matter how insane you are. There is no win there. So for something like that to happen would be, it'd be an insane cascade of events, which is again possible, but not likely. Let's see. Oh, can't rule the world if everything is dead, irradiated. There you go. The language I'm most interested in is Ukrainian, because that's my girlfriend's first language. Oh, well, I have good news for you, Wisdom. I actually know a guy that speaks Ukrainian. His name is Mr. Cool, or Cool the Man. There you go, boom, solved. You're welcome. That'll be $9.95 a month. Please donate to the Phacil Gaming Discord. Much appreciated. I got you guys, no worries. Oh, they added a deposit all water? And oh, fill containers. Wow, that's amazing. Wait, so does that work for blood as well? Let's see. Yes, it does. That's amazing. Quality of life, guys. Thank you, devs. Well done. Let's see. The only win in nuclear war is that someone finally stops. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're probably right, Rental. All right, I guess it's time we nuke. It's been a good one, guys. Take care. But we fixed the rental problem. There's no problem. There's no problem. I think this illustrates how I feel incompatible, because I don't really find great issue with the hard facts. They seem merely symptomatic to a core feeling of a loss of cause, which is something that seems pretty esoteric comparatively. I don't really find great issue with the hard facts. They seem merely symptomatic to a core. What do you mean by loss of cause? You have to give me loss of cause. Heroes don't need to talk about what they did exactly. Also true, but a different topic. Remember, the only reason we didn't have a nuclear war already was because one Russian officer didn't do his job because he suspected the alarm was a glitch. He was persecuted. Huh? Well, sometimes fate works in our favor, or luck, or coincidence, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it works in our favor. Alright, I need to drop... Oh, actually, this I can just learn. This is ammunition. That's fine. I need to grab the ammo. Was it here? No. Here? Yes. Grab the ammo. Yes. Put that in the bag. I think we have a chest up here. I can put that in. I think. No, Stern removed it, of course. Maybe it's this one? It is this one. Haha! Ibn Kirtaiba. Whatever that means. But it sounds good. Eski, you might be feeling demoralization or loss of grounding. I call it a god thing, Phacil. Ah, I like that. Yeah, you can definitely throw this under religion. Fair. I call it coincidence, etc., but we will definitely agree that worked out in our favor. Yes? We'll give it that much. Actually, I think the motorcycles could use another one of these. I don't think I have. Do I have one of these? I do. Okay. Welding torch MK3. This is a cutaway thing. Open the door. Open the door. Whoop. In here? Yes, in here. No. In here. Cutaway MK4. 5. Okay, this is fine. Alright, we move. What's up, Hank Bolide? How are you doing, Randall? He doesn't care. Hank's been my friends for years. He meets a Canadian, he's like, replace Phacil. Click. There's like, no, hey Phacil, how you doing, bud? How's life treating you? You doing well? None of it. It's just, there's a Canadian in chat by Okay. Not jelly. Let's see. Talk to Tufir Hawat. Where is Arakeen unknown? The heck? And where's this cave? This is hard to spot actually. I'm assuming because there's different places we can go to, right? Not just this map. How do we get there? Do we just fly to the outside? I have no idea how this works. We're gonna find out after I get fuel. Wrong one. Ibn Kirtaiba. Let's see. Refuel. Yes. Yes. Put that back in. Oh, wrong one. This one. Okay. How's that? It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Go hang out with Rental. No one's falling for your nonsense, Hank. You just lost all Norwegians their reputation. I thought Norwegians were kind and caring people. You're not. You're just like Canadians. Wait. It's not right. Okay, I said nothing. I'm doing well, thank you, Hank. How are you doing, bud? Let's see. At wisdom? Yeah, probably even. But why again are we doing stuff? What are we doing stuff for? I don't just mean the bad things. Like, why should I care for status? One second. One more time. Wealth. It's this why that seems in. This is existentialism, big boy, is the answer here. Like, we've talked about this. There's no... If you're looking for a higher up reason, you have to either find it in religion or accept that it's not there. If you ask me, those are the only two answers to what is the higher purpose. I don't believe there's a higher purpose whatsoever. And I think most people that don't want to accept that will fall back to religion, and rightfully so. But I don't think there's anything else there. And so that could be really depressing, but for me it's a really liberating thing, because it means we get to make our own quests, right? That's probably the best way to describe it. We get to decide what is or isn't important. Because if you're like, yeah, but what is actually important? There is no actually, right? That's the point. There is no actually important. World map, yes. I just crashed into the wall. Okay. Alright then. Thanks for hearing me out. Got a lot deeper. No, thank you for asking, man. This is content. I appreciate you, but we're just gonna pretend like we didn't plan this an hour in advance, okay? We don't have to tell anyone that this was our plan all along. Let's see. The overland map is the way in which players move between areas on Arrakis. Visually, it's a representation of the entire northern hemisphere of Arrakis. It's a multiplayer map where players can see other players moving around. Okay. Movement on the overland map costs fuel. Time on the overland map costs water. Okay. Okay. Wait. Cancel. Where is... I just wanna... Can I not... I just wanted to... To the right. He says to the right. Okay. To the right. To the right. Where are we going? Oh, press M. Oh, Arakeen is here. Okay, thank you. To the right. Wait, you can mark POIs? Wait, water deposit. Do I... How does this work? Oh, I'm refilling water. Okay, right. You can mark... How do I mark track location? No, I didn't want to track... Now tracking Arakeen. Okay. Alright, alright. Get some fuel. Alright, alright. This is new. 90% of the time, war is someone wanting what someone else has. Whilst grudge matches do happen, it's more common the instigator wants land, money, power. Probably, yeah. The use of nukes completely goes contrary to that, as it ruins... Yeah, exactly. The point is that you could argue that anyone that's crazy enough to start a war is impossibly crazy. They can't be crazy enough to want to blow everything up, most likely, right? And if they are, how likely is it? Because on their own they can't do it. how likely is it that they can get everyone else to be just as crazy? And it's just not very likely. There's people that maybe you could argue have gotten close, but not close enough. Again, guys, the numbers are clear, right? Like, if you were to say 10, 15, 20 million people are at war right now, which they're not, there's less. Statistically, it's a very small percentage of all human beings. So yeah, is it possible? Of course. Is it probable? Definitely not. If we're allowed to at least believe if you listen to all the high up military people, like across the globe, they all say the same stuff, or at least in the same direction, except for the propaganda people, of course. But let's see. Don't worry about status or wealth. Just focus on them enough to set yourself up to survive hard times or make bigger moves. I like that. I'm superb. Nice, Hank. We finished off Squid Game. Nice. I enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy it? I didn't per se like the ending. I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out. But I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. It depends on how you look at it. No Country for Old Men is a really good movie. Nice, man. I'm assuming you enjoyed that. Everything we're doing is to fight entropy and improve lives. There's no goal, guys. We're just surviving. That's all it is. You're supposed to do your best to live, but that means you have to give yourself purpose. What the hell of a quest are we on then? It seems we're failing quite a bit. There's like, you get to decide for you. You don't have to go on my quest, Hesky. You can do your quest. You decide what you think is a quest worth chasing. I started this, thank you for the content, Hesky. I started this stream by saying, for me, like spreading positivity, happiness, optimism, that is my quest in life. I know for a fact I'm never going to achieve what it is I'd love to see in the world. I'm never going to reach a point where I'm like, all done, right? It's never going to happen. Which means, at the same time, you might think, oh, that's depressing. No, that's actually really fulfilling, because I know all the way to when I die, regardless of when that is, I have something to chase. I have a quest. And what happens then is maybe the problem you're feeling now. I'm not gonna lie, I used to feel quite a bit as well. But what happens then is, now I have a quest. So on the one hand, I can accept, okay, there's no actual higher magical goal or purpose in life, existentialism again. And at the same time, I can say, but I have one, right? Because I chose to have one. And so this to me is a really fun thing. And I know there's a lot of very famous speakers that will talk about this topic, and my favorite conclusion most of them have is, you don't have to have your own quest. You can find one you agree with, which I think a lot of you guys are already doing, unconsciously maybe. But you can say, honestly, let's use me for example, but you can pick whoever the hell you want in life. Maybe you're like, well, I kind of like Phacil's quest. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's something maybe worth chasing. You don't have to stick with it. But you can find someone's vision is the term people normally use for this, or mission, right? Someone's goal in life, someone's standpoint in life, and just be like, well, I agree with that. I'd like to follow that. And then that's going to take away, in theory, that feeling of emptiness, that feeling of, you know, what's it all for? Because objectively speaking, there's no, if you ask me, there is no, this is what it's for, this is the goal. It's just, we're here, and then you decide what you want to do with your life. And whether or not it's worth it is something that you're going to have to decide for yourself, which is easiest to do if you actually had something you were striving for. So definitely pick a goal, I would say, Eski. I didn't want religion, but I witnessed divine intervention and supernatural beings that could physically throw me around too many times. Now I'm cursed with the blessing of no. Yeah, this is, it's very religious. The scientist in me is going to say no, but you know that I have a lot of love for you, wisdom. So I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers. That'd be the most naive thing on the planet. So this is why I'm someone who, I consider myself an atheist, but according to most people's standards, I'm probably agnostic. But I don't believe there's a God there. I'm just not going to pretend like I know, right? Like I don't enjoy that perspective, which basically, then we get to go into semantic debates. But long story short, people get to do whatever the hell they want to do. And in my opinion, if it's something that you believe is worth chasing, then grats. You're doing better off than a lot of people in life. So, and if you don't know what it is you want to chase in life, that's definitely the right place to start. Give yourself something you're worth chasing. Once you have something worth chasing, grats. It gets a lot of fun from there, because then all the other stuff you do starts making a lot more sense. And if you weren't sure what to do, now you are. Because you know what you're chasing. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, there's other people flying here to Arakin. Yes, Arakin, please. More people than ever, massive amounts of ease and free time for most, enough food to feed everybody if we can get around the warlord orders, and a lower percentage of starvation than ever. We're beating entropy's ass. Yeah, exactly. This is a lot of optimism can also funnily enough be found in AI. Like stuff like AI is going to be a really big deal for efficiency wise as well. Like getting to a point where like realize that a lot of the thinking we have to do is getting taken away. I'm a really good micro example of this. Like a lot of the stuff you guys see on stream, like I did with help of either ChatGPT or some AI. And so, for example, I can't find anything that's like a chessboard or something, or I can't find a lot of stuff. But the raffle thing is something I designed code-wise with help of AI. If you take into consideration how much time it would have taken me to do this without AI, like it took me a lot of time with AI, but without AI, it'd be obscene. And so just imagine this is a very tiny example, but for everything, it's going to be more efficient. I can give you guys a medical example. Like if a patient gets hit by a car, okay, they get brought into the emergency room. One of the first things we'll do all across the globe, assuming that we have one present in the hospital, is they'll perform a CT scan. We want to look inside your body. Where are you bleeding? What bones are broken? We need to figure out how much damage is there, okay? And normally, after the scan, we need to wait for a radiologist, someone who specializes in radiology, to look at the images to tell us, okay, what's broken, what's bleeding, what needs to happen. Okay, and this can be really, really hard, which is why it's a specialism. There's a doctor that needed to study, I believe, 4 to 6 more years. So after you've become a doctor, you need to study 4 to 6 more years to be able to know what you're looking at when you look at a CT scan, okay? Now imagine after we introduce AI, we jam, because it's just images, right? Which is maybe a little bit mean to say to radiologists. I actually know a radiologist. He's the husband of a good friend of my girlfriend. But radiologists are most likely going to get replaced. And most of us are going to get replaced by AI. But that's a really good thing because there's stuff that AI is never going to be able to replace. Like, for example, would you hug a robot? That'd be weird. Most likely. Maybe you'll get used to it. But I can basically guarantee... I'm gonna stick my head out here. I can guarantee 100% you'd rather hug another human being. And so it's going to be a much different world if this keeps going, which it probably will. And so if you ask me, taking those things into account is a really, really fun thing to think about in the long term, because it also means there's a lot of our mental power, a lot of our humanity we can channel into things that are more fulfilling, if you ask me, and not just, we'll call them chores. We'll call them, standard work, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot there. Let's see. Oh, you guys are active in chat today. Let me. Hardest part of breaking free from humanity's feeling is to understand that we have no collective purpose outside of survival and existing. After that, it's up to individuals to make their own path. Phacil Gaming Minecraft server is unironically a good example of this. We all have the same path of survival, but varying paths of prosperity. Surviving and existing is humanity's quest. Prospering is for the individual. I like this. Oh, that's amazing. You should write this down in a document somewhere. Well done, Rental. You are extremely wise for not just your age. I'll just leave it at you are extremely wise. Well done. Let's see. I generally dig Squid Game. Found the finale disappointing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you agree with me here. But it was fun though. It was a fun show for sure. I think I got a good point. I totally agree on taking on a quest for yourself. What all our world is offering seems intuitively, I don't know, apprehensive. Yeah, so you have to give it something yourself. I agree but that's the point. We don't need anything external in that sense. If you ask me, of course, sorry. Unfortunately, AI's power needs and water needs will not be worth the cost, when mostly it'll be used to surveil and restrict people. Yeah, this is perspective. I don't know about that. I don't agree. That's a conclusion you're jumping to. You can't prove that, nor can I prove my point. Luckily, so far, we've gone in a much better direction than one may think. Are we going as fast as we could? Definitely not. But at least, we're still here, right? We've had nukes for a while. We're still here. Let's see. It feels more desirable to me to be a middle-aged serf in the 12th century than this excess and the like. Maybe. I feel the core disconnect between me and the modern world. I dislike the modern comfort. Arguably, if we had less comfort, we'd feel like we had an easier goal, because surviving would be a bigger problem. So you're probably onto something there, big boy. But you could also just flip it, right? And just say, alright, well, survival's done. Check, right? Check that off the list. So what do I do now? Which then gets really fun, to be fair. Again, if you take someone like me, I chose to take care of the people around me regardless. And if you ask why, because I can. There's no higher purpose. I don't believe there's some sort of magical, mythical purpose. It's just what I chose to do. So these are choices we get to make. Okay, you guys are talking about Middle Ages and plagues. Alright.
Hey there. What do you need?
Good points. Let me see if I can buy something special here. Not really. Vehicle stuff though. Okay, okay. But it has no money. Albatross wing module. Okay. What
Oh,
about
hey there, friend. Looking for anything special?
No. I'm assuming there's a quest here. Maybe. Let's see. You can't challenge someone to a duel because of honor. That's a good thing, damn it. Maybe. Probably is. Doubt is an uncomfortable condition, but certainty is a ridiculous one. I like that. That is strong. That is a very strong quote by Voltaire. Which is why you guys will always hear me, not because of the quote, but I agree with this. Which is why you guys will always hear me nuance. It's just my opinion. I know I've watched a lot of YouTube videos where people are like, oh, you're supposed to say stuff 100% certainty. I'm like, that just makes you stupid. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but then people will believe you're confident. Yeah, and stupid. It's like, yeah, but also confident. And people like confident. Yeah, but people don't like stupid. Right? It's like, so, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Maybe just accept that you come across less cool. But you are smarter. It's a thing. Let's see. Look at all the server farms and power plants serving AI development, and look at the planned expansions and new versions of them. Measure what government and leaders say they want AI to be used for. Compare that to the available power the grid has. You're thinking way too much in where we are and way too little in where we can go, wisdom. Realistically, we've had these types of talks before. If you were to calculate from now, so if you do all your reasoning looking at now, you're misunderstanding how the future works entirely. There's stuff that people are designing right now that we can't imagine exists. You know, if you were to go back in time to before airplanes, right? People would talk about a lot of stuff like this is maximum limitation. This is how much trains can transport. We can't make them any bigger. We can't do the railways, right? People would talk. It's like, but there's like worlds to be discovered. Right? We cannot reason what the world is going to be like because we cannot fathom where it could go. Right? And this is the point. If you accept that to be true, then you only get to decide whether you think we're going down or uphill. And the beauty is, for a pretty long time, we've gone uphill.
Greetings. I trust I need no
You definitely don't need introduction.
Keep your distance. We can converse at arm's length.
You definitely look like
But
you're the
you
money
won't.
guy. Taxes. Let's see. I guess that's what scares me about that trait of mine. I just can't seem to find full-on contentness with the choose-your-own-adventure approach the modern world produces. See, this is another one of those, big boy. I don't know if it's something we produce. If you ask me, but this is me being a nurse and all the death and decay and all the... Okay, I'll say it. All the 16, 18-year-olds that have randomly died under my watch as an ICU nurse. I don't think there's purpose. I genuinely don't believe it. It's not a... That for me is not an opinion. Like, whenever I meet religious people, I tell them, all right, you tell me, like, if they're properly like, no, Phacil, everyone that dies, there's a reason. God had a reason, right? So I don't mean to upset any religious people. I usually, if I'm like properly fussed, if I feel like they're disrespecting certain things, I will say stuff like, all right, let me give you a story. And I will tell them exactly the life story of a certain young girl or boy. And I'll go, give me the reason. Right? And they'll be like, well, it's too complicated for me to understand. Right? And I go, okay, that's easy.
You're not from around here.
So there's a plan. We just
But then again,
can't fathom it.
us really
Okay.
is. We all come to
I go,
Arrakis for the
not,
same reason.
it's not a very humane plan
Spies.
then.
Have you
I'll
come
usually
for the
say.
spies?
Have I come for the spy? Why does he sound like Antonio Banderas? I like it. Maybe it is Antonio Banderas. But so yeah, again, I don't know whether there is or is not a god or many gods. I don't know. I'm just saying, for me, in my life experience, we have to pick our own quest. There is no quest. There is no higher plan. There is no... We have to decide what we feel is important. Other than that, we get nothing, if you ask me. So if you're like, well, I don't want to pick my quest, I feel like you're limiting the experience you can have in your 80 to 100 years on Earth. But that's a choice. So again, I'm not gonna... I hate people that are like, this is what you need to do. I definitely no. My advice though, if I can give away my life experience, my 10 to 15 years of nursing in a sentence, it would be, choose a quest to go on, accept that it's your quest, it's not the quest, and enjoy it for as long as you can, which hopefully is till you die. Maybe a bit dark, but at the same time really optimistic, I think. Alright, here we go. Going back to earlier when you asked if you'd hug a robot, I think that vastly depends on the level of emotion the AI can display. I'll stop it there. I'll be honest, if we get to a point where they can make AI display emotion like a human being, we'll get replaced entirely. And so it would also, if you ask me, mean that we figured out something about the human mind, which I don't know, maybe one day. I don't think we've gotten there. I don't think we'll be able to get there. It's complicated, of course, always. In any case, thanks again for engaging with this arguably heavy... No, I appreciate you sharing, man. I appreciate it always when you guys share heavy topics. It's called bonding, big boy. Enjoy. I'm enjoying it. I appreciate that you are willing to talk about it, willing to share. Thank you, bud. Dankeschön in German. Let's see. That goes to all of you, not just Phacil. Ah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Let's see. The undecided channel makes me hopeful for the future of technology. There you go. Yeah, you're choosing to see it this way, Wisdom. I hope we can agree on that. Right? We neither of us know where this is going. I choose to look at everything from an optimistic perspective, because if it's the latter, if I'm wrong, well, then we're all gonna burn. So be it. Right? But for me, on a day-to-day basis, I much prefer to believe in the good it can bring. I believe this with everything. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But at least I had a good time on the way there. On the way to demise, if you will. So we'll see. Thank you for you as well, Wisdom. Thank you for sharing your thoughts here. Quest. Get a quest. Basically. Get a quest, Mr. Cole. You don't have to think of one. Remember, you can just pick one. Which is why a lot of people want to get rich. And a lot of times when people want to get rich, I ask, why? And then people are like, what do you mean, why? I go, I feel like it's a simple question. Why do you want to get rich? And then people are like, what, are you stupid? And I go, yeah, explain it to me. I'm stupid. And then most of the time people freeze because they realize I don't know why. It's like, because, you know, more vacation and freedom. Why do you want more vacation and freedom? And people were like, what are these questions? And I'm just like, I'm just saying, right? It's like, you can choose. All right, tell me about Melange.
No one knows everything about Melange. Well, except for the Yquan Bedouin, maybe. But they're gone now.
Actually, we need to take a break. Okay, quick break, guys. Quick break. I will go back to answering chat. Let's take a quick break. As always, get up, move around, get a drink, get a snack. Don't get addicted to the mini games. That means you, big boy. And make sure you move around. That's the main one, okay? Make sure you move around. All right, catch you guys in 5. All right, we're back. Let's see. Automation is a bitch. Assistance is pleasing. Automation can be really good if it's done for the right chores. I had like a 3 criterion thing for myself. It's like, if I do it a lot and it needs to be done and it's really repetitive, if it meets those 3 criteria, I try to automate it. So if it lacks one of them, then I'm like, it's doable. But if not, automation is good. I think it's comforting to them to believe there's some sort of, for religious people, there's some sort of plan or reason for everything. It's scary to think random chance. Possible, yeah, for sure. Of course, again, right, the point of course is always the same. Like, to me, the religion debate, the is there or is there not a God thing, I think it's a waste of our time. I think we'd be a lot happier if the people that believe there's a God or multiple gods, you know, more power to them, and vice versa to the people that don't. How about we just move forward? And the good news is we have both groups. So then let's see where we get together, right? Ambition beats natural talent. Probably. Maybe not. But probably. I don't believe in higher purpose either. Man, would I enjoy that kind of blissful belief. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people call religion ignorance. I don't believe that's fair because we don't know the answer. But I think that's where a lot of people call it ignorance, because they're like, well, you know, let's just stick to reality. When the reality of it is maybe we're wrong, right? Maybe the people that don't believe in a god or multiple gods, maybe we have it wrong, and then we're the ignorant ones, right? So we'll see, maybe one day. And if not, I stand by my first point. How about we just work together? The split 1-1-1. I think it's true. I think ambition or hard work or whatever you want to call it, really, really wanting something, is going to beat natural talent. Oh, no worries. Have a good one, Witness. Thank you for hanging out, bud. Don't get addicted to mini games, damn you. Alright. Robots lack skin-to-skin reception. Yeah, exactly. There's so much that happens when you hug another human being, guys. It's you have to realize most of it we don't understand yet. There's a fun fact, guys. If you hug someone for longer than 20 seconds, your body starts producing oxytocin, which is the love hormone, okay? You can hug someone you don't like, who doesn't like you, and it'll do that. So there's very, very complicated things our brain does, which we just don't understand. So keep that in mind always. I suppose we need to spam. Yeah, I don't get the minigame either. I feel like I'm gonna remove it. It looked like it'd be more interesting, but from what I could tell, it wasn't doing much. I'll remove that minigame. Have a good one, Neski. Thank you for hanging out, bud. I appreciate it. Hope you had fun, man. Good luck with your self-reflection, I'll call it. Let's see. There's a passage in the Bible that says 2 dudes will show up in the beast system of world economics and do crazy magic prophecy stuff. It says that when they get prosecuted and killed in the street, the entire world will watch it once, which the early writers themselves questioned in letters because it was impossible in their day. When did it become possible for the whole world to watch 2 dudes get killed in the street after months of crazy magic stunts? Not so long. That's not pretty, well, relatively recent, right? Probably the internet. We're gonna find out. It depends on if the talented person is continuing to learn. No, it also depends on how hard they're continuing to learn. And if you take someone who says they really want something and everything they do is aligned with that wish, I don't think you beat that ever. So unless someone is just as aligned and talented, okay, granted. But the point is that working hard is a concept that most people, myself included, don't do properly. Right? You have to realize there's people that wake up every day at like 4 or 5 a.m. and they just grind out the thing that they want. Like, there's no way you keep up with these people. Like, imagine just the whole day. So there's no doom scrolling, there's no wasting time, it's all chasing the thing they want. Right? Those people are very special, very small amount of people on the planet like that. Those people we will never beat.
Again. Come to share your secrets this time.
The Spice Miner Guild. He sells spice. Spice melange. Okay. Okay. What about you? What do you sell?
Sook!
Souk?
My friend,
Oh shit.
you buy water, yes?
I buy water. He just sells water? What?
You buy water, yes?
What does souk
Are
mean?
you kidding me? Am I wearing a red hat? Do I look like an imperial translator? It means water in the old words. Exactly whose old words I cannot say. Now buy something or piss off.
I like him. Alright, souk. Let's see. Something unimaginable was predicted 2,000 years ago became possible in a lifetime. Food for thought. True. But I'll be honest with you, I can say a lot of random stuff and it'll probably become viable at some point, Wisdom. I don't know if it's prediction or self-fulfilling, but also food for thought. So it's all love, baby. Don't worry. My aim in shooters was godlike compared to my friends back when I was a PvP sweat. I had a higher starting point than them. Now they're grandmasters on Marvel rivals and aim better than me from practicing so much. Yeah, fair. Had no ambition to be at that level of play, but they did, and so they passed me. That's how it works. Oh, I like this. A learning curve indeed. A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. Probably true.
Welcome. How may I assist you?
Who are you? Oh, no! I need money. He has furniture. No. He has furniture, guys. I need money. It's only Chom, Stern says. So you don't have it, Stern? This is where he says, no, of course I have it. And then I'm like, alright. See? Called it. You guys see this? Let me draw this really quick. See? It's only Chom, he says. And then he says, of course I have it. See? Can't tell me I don't know human nature. I know how your brain works. No worries. Let's see. The prophecy of the two witnesses was highly specific to an era when nobody can buy or sell without a mark on their hand or head to participate in a global era. When knowledge will vastly increase, but none can buy or sell without participating in a specific economic system run all over the world, as travel is greatly eased. Yeah, I stand by my initial statement, Wisdom. I don't know who's right, whether there is or isn't a god. I'm just saying, maybe we focus on what we can control, which is our quality of life, and we let everyone do them. I feel you, Wisdom. I feel you. If it gets that specifically right, we'll know. There's a lot of atheists that predicted stuff as well, so that's kind of... Unfortunately, even if they're right, it still doesn't prove anything. But it is what it is. It is what it is. One day maybe we find out. Would be nice, honestly.
Oi, what's your poison?
What do you have to drink? Is this all spice stuff? Alright. Alright. Where do we go from here? This is probably a taxi out? By the looks of it? Yeah, that's the way out. Let's see. Where do we go? Where do we go? This way? What is this? The Chom exchange?
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris?
Why do you have a lisp and a mustache? I can just drop stuff in here. Alright. It's a storage thing. What is this? It's a chat. No, no, no. I didn't mean to wait with that random person. My bad. Oh, it's a market board. To rigged suspensor jacket. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Is that it? There's no... This is all that's on the board? Oh, there's weapons. Okay, okay, okay. That's expensive. Are these weapons this good? Come on. Maybe building stuff? Solido replicator. Why is this on here for so expensive? I'm assuming this is just nonsense, right? Can't you just randomly craft this? Oh, people trying to make monies off aluminum. 350 each. Price total 175,000. Okay. Time to screenshot. And oh, I need to read something. I need to read something. Okay. Lucy smoked weed. No, Lucy smoked. No. Alright. Lucy. Lucy. I want you to know that everyone here cares for you. No sarcasm. And Rental sold you out. I feel like you should know the second one more than the first one. Not sure though. Definitely not gonna read more. I see it. Quote time. Man is an animal that makes bargains. No other animal does this. No dog exchanges bones with another. Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations. That is that true actually? Is there no other animal that makes bargains? Interesting. That is very interesting if that's true. I know that human beings are the only species on the planet that blush. And there's obviously a lot of theory as to what the hell that means. But one of them is that shame is a really good thing to give away, so people know whether you're proud of something or not, because it makes you trustworthy.
Yeah, what's your pleasure? You looking to stab, perforate or vaporize?
Alright.
Tactical or fanatical? We have the tools to suit your every murder need, my friend.
Adept triple shot repeating rifle. Okay. Okay. That's expensive. What the crap. Starburst. What is the damage on this? Oh, this thing does damage. Wait, is the one I have better? The one Rental gave me? No, this one's a little bit better.
How's
That's
it?
expensive though.
You're back for more, eh?
Holy crap, 90,000. Let's see. Yeah, crows I can imagine, right? I feel like crows definitely would trade, right?
I am permitted to trade with those favored by the Landsraad.
Okay. What do you have? What you have? I don't have money for this.
My apologies, but I...
Alright.
I'm afraid you do not have the favor.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, but I may only...
They don't like me. Alright then. Alright. Oh, there's a quest there, okay. Not this way. But there's dudes here. My cat offering me my own pencil for more cat food. Here you go. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's more creatures that understand the concept of bargaining. Not confident though. The Warrens. Is it this guy? Who do I talk to? Search Kafuk's quarters. Where? Where? Oh, in the bed. Not used for several days. Interact. I searched his quarters. The Masquerade. Learn the truth. Huh? What do you mean? I think Lucy's wonderful. The little bit I've seen of her, I think it's her, right? I'm pretty confident it's her. You talk about her all the time. So if it's a he, I apologize. But he or she is wonderful from the little bit I've seen of Lucy. So... definitely better than you in every regard, Rental. every regard. I'll say it again. In every regard. There you go. You're welcome. Let's see. I only need to figure out how to write Lena's, the main character of my little book's powers. It's complicated as hell. There's a good quote I once heard for... I'm really bad at narrative writing. But I heard a really good quote once, which I think is probably 100% true. The quote is, don't say it, show it. Right? So you don't say in words what it does. You write what happens, and then you let the reader, in this case, in your case, interpret what that means. And you do your best to make sure that aligns with what you wanted it to be. Rento says, Lucy's like me, but better. For example, she yaps less, not necessarily better, but more powerfully, also not necessarily better. She, unlike you, can get you to go to bed. Also true. That is
Greetings. May the tyrant worm bless you. May your fluids honor him.
May your fluids honor him.
Be drained of doubts and the poisons of a sick society.
Okay, pass. My fluids are just fine where they are. What? Oh, here. I investigated Mascaret's presence in Arakeen. What is over here? Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Yes, love what you do and you will be great at it. The Hawks had a talk with the vultures. I feel like that's really old. I saw that video. Props to that girl for becoming rich off of a 10-second interview. She did a good job. Oh, I need to progress the story. That is the beauty to this day and age. That's how powerful entertainment is. Not putting it in YouTube chat because unworthy. It is old. That's okay. I still feel like it can be pretty funny though. Depends, I guess. I think her natural tendency to be casual, or to sound so casual, probably is the better way to phrase it. I think that's what made that so powerful. What do I do here? What do I do? What is over here? The training area? Okay. Just a training area. Nothing to see here. It's complicated as hell. Yeah, show don't tell. Show don't tell. Let people interpret it. That'll add quality to it. Watching the other chat reminds me, I once saw hawks and vultures share a dead animal back and forth peacefully. Oh. Even though hawks and vultures usually attack each other. That's fair. The two groups of birds took turns eating on a big rabbit. My dad refused to believe what I saw because everyone knows hawks and vultures hate each other. But I saw it. Yeah. There's a lot of this, right? It's the same with fish tanks, right? Like if you go to a zoo and you'll see some fish swimming together, you'll be like, oh, so apparently those fish don't eat each other. And usually if you ask someone that actually knows about the fish, they'll say, no, they eat each other. But we just keep them well fed enough so they don't. And that's a really interesting concept, right? At the same time, right, we have we have chickens and cows and you name it. We don't eat them right away on the spot, right? There's an important factor. There has to be some form of hunger, or there has to be something there, basically. Residency approach? What is this? Okay. What is the residency approach? This dude? This dude? No. Do we have a spice refinery? Probably not, but you can build one. Just build one, honestly. Assuming we have the mats for it. Why are I thought we were the good guys. Why are people getting executed? Alright. Okay. I guess good is interpretable.
Good to meet you. I see by that token that an Atreides official deems you worthy to deal with me and my wares.
Alright, what do you have? Atreides bedroom furniture. Okay. Dining room furniture, alright. I need to carry money on me. I need to buy this stuff. Let's see. This is another guild person. I'm not sure what those house representatives do, or if it's just lore. Let's see. That's the obvious part. The problem is that the power itself is complicated to describe. How is one supposed to describe how the distortion around the black hole looks like? Yeah, this is a fun question. I don't know how I describe that. This is a chat GPT question, or you can ask wisdom. Same thing basically.
You were expected. Don't look so shocked. As the Duke's master of assassins, I must know the movement of every grain of sand in Arrakeen.
Okay.
I believe you have a message for me.
Wondering if you might have information to share about Lietkines, the old planetologist.
Your service to the house has been noted. You've earned some answers. What do you want to know?
Anything and everything.
Lietkines was always arrogant, able to slip away from my spies, seemingly at will. Half a servant of the Imperium, half a wild Fremen.
Okay.
What always puzzled me the most about Kynes was how little the war bothered them. At least until the Sardaukar began their little genocide. Then it became personal. Kynes was instrumental in clearing the Sietches, evacuating the Fremen, warning them. But in the end, Kynes only achieved death. Pulling down the walls of the Sietch Tal was a brave, desperate move.
What was he researching?
Kynes was always tight-lipped on the subject. Something of great importance to the Fremen, I'd imagine. It wasn't the spice, I can tell you that.
Why?
Kynes sneered when we mentioned it. Like the Fremen, Kynes had no interest in the spice. No, whatever research Kynes was doing died at Sietch Tar.
Where is it?
It's a Fremen place, though long destroyed by the Sardaukar. The Sietch itself was destroyed in the battle, but the entrance still exists.
Oh?
In Haga Basin, north of Misa Tiril, where the Udum meets the shield wall. That's all that remains of Kynes and Sietch Tar.
Okay. Alright then.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Let's see. I do remember that no Atreides representative should be on this planet after the Sardaukar show up. The Atreides house is legally extinct and outlawed now. Is that but like in this game? I know the lore is different in the game than in the books, right?
Andrea speaks very highly of you. If that was all I knew of you, it would be enough. I know a great deal more.
What's that?
Your file grows daily. I'm quite pleased with the investigation into Skorda and the tainted spice. I look forward to the results of the analysis.
The War of Assassins takes a terrible toll, doesn't it?
You're more right than you know. This war inflicts wounds upon my Duke and his people that cannot be seen upon the flesh, only behind the eyes. But I must remind myself that this War of Assassins is also the scar of a miraculous survival. Our arrival on Arrakis was a very near thing. The first step in avoiding a trap is knowing of its existence. That's how we survived. That's how we continue to survive. Every day is a victory.
One more thing, Andrea wants permission to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera.
Ah, she thinks he's responsible? Permission denied. The evidence is circumstantial, and he provides financial support.
Money?
Assassination would be hasty.
Okay, fair. I'll tell her.
Andrea is my most promising protege. She may seem to have a machine mind, but she's as human as you and I. She does not show it, but she takes the tainted spice deaths personally. She sees it as a personal failure to compute the truth rapidly enough.
Goodbye. What do you mean use the wine? The matter around the arm shifts and warps, trying to get away, but without success. This is a pretty cool way to describe it, I think. I think it's getting closer. It probably is gonna need a paragraph, I feel. Also, circumstantial evidence is a fiction or entertainment. The only legal categories of evidence are direct and indirect. Oh, that's cool to know. There's no poison wine. What poison wine? I cannot use poison wine here. There is no poison wine. Wait, is there? I don't know. Oh no. Poison spice. Report back to Andrea Gannon. Okay, time to leave. Alrighty. We bounce. Alright, let's fly back to the Haga Basin and then drop stuff in the base. Do I have stuff? No, actually. We just fly back to Haga Basin, then we'll go chill mode. I hear problems? Why do you hear problems? I have solutions. Do it yourself. You want me to poison the wine? I'm a good guy. No kind action ever stops with itself. One kind action leads to another. Good examples followed. Yes. Thank you, Amelia Earhart. That is easily one of the best truths to keep in mind. Just like negativity is contagious, so is positivity. Funny enough. I think I heard
Lunara. Bless the maker and his iron.
Okay. I was about to say, I think I heard a quote once that's something along the lines of, if only we could spread love as fast as we can spread hate. Which to me was funny, because we can. So it's like, the thing is that you just have to put in the effort. If you're subject to hate, you can counter with love. It works really well. I was actually telling this story to my girlfriend recently, I think yesterday, where I explained, like one time I had I worked a shift with a young coworker, and a guy, a family member of a patient, they said to me, if you don't watch out, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's how they said it to me. I won't elaborate on the details, okay? And so when they said that to me with my coworker there, she was a student back then, I said, why would you do that? Right? And then he said, you're disrespectful. You need to make sure you take care of my mom the best you can. And so I said to him, okay, first of all, I apologize for coming across disrespectful. What did I do? So I know not to do it anymore. And secondly, I take care of your mom like she's my own mom. So I can't do it any better than this. But I understand you seem to know something I don't, so can you please inform me? Right? And then the guy was like, wait, this guy's actually having a conversation with me? And so this went back and forth like this, where he would fling, in quotation marks, hate at me, and I would parry by just saying, yo, I get your pain, man. I'm just trying to explain to you I'm not the bad guy. And then it ended up with him apologizing. And I still remember my young coworker, she was like, how do you have those conversations with those people so calmly? And I go, because I don't think human beings are bad. I think he was just emotional. Right? I don't think he actually wants to punch me in the face. So I think he's frustrated, he's emotional, he might be angry, and I'm the guy that happens to be there. And so if I give him reason to, he's definitely going to punch me in the face. But the point is, why would I give him reason to? Right, so this is fun. They're really, really fun stuff to think about. It's very cliche, but love really does counter hate. It really is that simple. Simple in thought, sorry. Difficult to execute. Alright, where do we go? Oh, we need to go back to Andrea Gannon. And this quest was already done, it's bugged, alright. Oh, we were going back to base to go to chill mode. Let's see, my hatred knows no bounds. I give stuff to people. Because they're people. That's fair. I like it. No worries. Hey, what's up, Miguel? How you doing, bud? You're pretty late. You're pretty late. Alright. You're pretty late. Everyone's upset with you, Miguel. You have a problem. You're still playing Project Zomboid? How's it going, bud? Here we go. I feel like I go to base, actually. No, I'll go to Andrea Gannon and then log off. Nyong. Nyong. Let's see. Was at the beach enjoying the sun? I have a nice sunset photo. What kind of gamer are you? Real gamers do not enjoy the sun, dude. Good job, dude. Props to you. Thank you for teaching everyone to enjoy the sun. Stern, are you paying attention? Miguel was at the beach enjoying the sun. Alright, let's see. This feels so weird. Miguel is my Aikido teacher's name. Maybe it is your Aikido teacher. You don't know. Dude, I have contacts. I know people. I'm just saying, Mr. Cool. I'm just saying. You think at some point they'll let us get on that Sardaukar ship? Maybe we... What do you mean no, Stern? What's with the negativity? Stop being so negative. The swords are weak ass bitches, alright. What? What was that? I lag. What? Laggies. Alright, okay. Okay. Alright. Slowly breaking my ship. I told you he's the teacher, I called it. Teaching you to enjoy the sun. Aikido. I feel like that's not Aikido, but okay.
Welcome back. What can I show you?
Do you sell the same stuff the other people sell? Probably not, right? Oh, she has the bed set. And the dining room set. Or maybe she does, actually. Okay, good to know. Andrea is here. Oh, actually, I was gonna call it here. Okay, I'll do the talk.
The balance of probability suggested I would see you soon.
Because tomorrow is build day. Had a pleasant discussion with Thu-Fear.
Good. I have the test results of the tainted spice. It will take time to interpret the data, but we will have a better understanding of this poison.
Okay.
What did Thu-Fear say regarding my request to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera?
He said no.
What? No. No, his is a brilliant mind. Surely he understands the logic, the calculation, the need. Lucifera is a corruption, a cancer. The only kindness is to cut him out. The only solution to the equation is terminal. Why doesn't he compute that?
It would seem you're not a completely cold computer after all.
And what if that's true? I have a mind of meat and electricity like anyone else. I just have to think, to collate. Thu-Fear is rarely wrong, but he is wrong now. We must act before it is too late. We will take the initiative, and I will take full responsibility.
Got it.
I've taken the liberty of lacing this expensive bottle of wine with some of the tainted spice. It will be undetectable to poison snoopers.
Right.
Ambrose is a known Epicurean and experience seeker. Convince him that this bottle of wine is a singular and exclusive experience.
I got you.
I'm too well known in Arakeen, but you can make sure Ambrose drinks this. Take the bottle. Say no more. I know you'll do the right thing.
Alright, use the poison wine. I got you. Alright. That's my cue. Alright. Use the poison wine, team. Right now, Stern's like, no, I said it like 30 times. Phacil never listens. Sorry. Sorry. The wine. Use the wine. Don't use the wine. Use the wine. Don't use it. We'll see. We're gonna find out. Let's see. Maybe we should game outside and enjoy gaming and the sun at the same time. Miguel's a genius, guys. Holy crap. I told you guys, this kid's fucking insane. Like, he knows. He has all the life hacks. Alright. Just play outside, obviously. Game outside. That's so smart. No way his last name doesn't start with A. Ah, fair. Okay. Why do you have an A after your name? He's A rank. Sun doesn't exist in Scotland. Forgot the answer, but yes, I still play Project Zomboid. Also started Battlefield 6. Oh yeah, you said though. Yeah, that's fair. Very nice. Which one are you enjoying more? Project Zomboid or Battlefield? Don't use the wine. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna use the wine. But then Stern's gonna rage at me because he's told me like 20 times to not use the wine. That's not even metaphorical. I'm pretty sure it's at least 20 times. Stern, where are you? Stern's about to be like, you're such an idiot, dude. See, at least. I told you. At least 20 times. Me trying to make a question today to give Phacil more content. Oh, you guys don't have to do that. I appreciate it. You guys are absolutely lovely and heartwarming. But you don't have to. I appreciate just conversing, as always. That's what it is. Project Zomboid is cool. Alright, give me 1 sec. I will look it up. Time for me to head out. Good night, Hank. Thank you for hanging out, but have a good shift tomorrow. Bake some bread. You gotta give me some life hacks on how to bake bread. I feel like it's something that'd be fun to learn. Would it? Yeah, probably, actually. Tasty fresh bread. Back, just did a bunch of water tests to show my supervisor I'm doing it right. Nice. I'm stealing all the cash in the P-Hub if you do. Okay, alright. Alright. You don't need to threaten me like this. I feel like that's pretty persuasive. If I cared about the money. What to do with the wine? Baking bread is super fulfilling. I recommend using einkorn. What is einkorn? Alright, I have 2 things to look up. Give me a second. Just a second. Let's see. There it is. This is Connor Bread, by the way, guys. If you haven't subbed to Connor Bread from Beyond, he hangs out in chat as well. He plays Minecraft. He's Krieg Space Cadet's son. He's a super friendly, social, enthusiastic, ambitious kid. He has a YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support. Let me copy paste this into chat. There you go. Boom. Copy paste it into chat. Okay, wait. Project Zomboid. Thank you, Ashachi. Project Zomboid on Steam. Let's see.
Clear. The Nox event is contained. I repeat, the Nox event is contained.
What happened here? What's happening here? It's not contained. I had to find what I needed to survive. And fight. But there were too many. And this is how I died. The next time, I was smarter. I moved between the shadows, between the infected. But I wasn't smart enough. And this is how I died. I knew I had to leave this place. I found an empty farmhouse, a place where they'd never find me. I prepped, built defenses. I farmed. I fished and found a generator to keep me warm through winter, but it needed fuel. There was a gas station back out on the road. I took the car and risked the noise it made, but I would never make it home. This is Project Zomboid. Survive together. Build.
Okay, I will confess. That does look like a lot of fun. That looks like proper fun. What the heck? This is how I died. Alright. Einkorn flour from Italy doesn't use bugs. Doesn't use chemicals to treat for bugs or weed. Tasted amazing. Interesting. Okay. I'll ask Hank what he does. Hank is a professional baker. He's been so for many years. Curious what tips he has. Let's see. It's an open world survival game. As I told you, it's fun when you play with a group. Okay. He's playing with Canadians, Rental. He's playing with a group to use. A refund. I joined and was instantly told to build. Hey, what's up to IQ? How are you doing, bud? I feel like a game like that would be a lot of fun as a group, to be fair. Probably is insanely fun as a group. Refunded this game with a message to support. I would only like this game if I had friends, which I have none. Aw, you do now. Let's see, this reminds me of Death Road to Canada. Is that a game? Got full refund after the refund period. They took pity on my only ass. Oh, that's nice of them. Yeah, 2IQ Rental already said hi for you. But I do enjoy seeing you here, but hope you're doing well. Actually I'm not in work mode anymore, which means doing good. Nice. Life is beautiful indeed. Hey, optimism. How was your week, bud? Gross. Canadians, basically. Oh, look at this, Rental. Now you has friend. He's already playing with Canadians, so he's used to the constant A. Maybe you should build A. Maybe we should farm A. Maybe don't make so much noise, eh? I feel like this would be pretty easy to do. It's been an interesting week to say the least. Okay. Let's see what he types. 1 hour until I can take my dog to see his dog family and eat dinner with my mom's sister. Nice. Hopefully you guys have a good dinner, man. That's awesome. It's okay, Miguel. Bit of a doorknob. It's okay. He'll figure it out quickly enough. Hey, what's up, Radican? Nice to meet you, man. Doing good? How's life treating you? I finished the Dune already. I apologize. If you're here for the Dune, I'm about to end the stream in 10 minutes. Hopefully you can catch some Dune tomorrow. I'll be back 7:30 p.m. Central European time.
Life is beautiful.
Or 1:30 EST. Which is Eastern something time? US time in each case. Hope you're well, sir. Or ma'am, of course. Optimism comes from optimization. Yeah, definitely no, but it does sound very German. Where's Big Boy Eski when you need him? It does sound like something Germans would say. Oh man, that is true. You know, coming back to this whole topic we were on about, we were talking about religion and atheism and also existentialism and other philosophical perspectives on life. I think one of the main things that I got to learn as an ICU nurse is I cared a lot about being right in life. I thought it was one of the most important things ever. And if you were to ask me back then why do you care so much about being right? The legitimate, honest answer is I have no idea. I just did. Right? It was everything to me. I needed to be right. And so I needed to be right to a point where I didn't care if the world burned for it, right? I didn't care if me being right hurt someone, upset someone. I would just be like, man, but I'm right. Right? So like deal with it, right? And the problem is, if you ask me now, I think that's one of the most naive ways to approach life. You know, with all the death and decay I've gotten to see as an ICU nurse, which is why I have so much respect for people that are religious, which I'm not, is I don't care about being right. I care about the world being a better place, becoming a better place. And I don't think being right actually adds to the world. I don't think anyone is like, man, thank you so much for being right. Like it's so rare for you being right actually contributing anything to people's lives, to society, to the world, to whatever you want to call it. And so there's a really fun quote that I usually think of whenever I'm in a situation where I'm like, I could be right here. I usually keep my mouth shut, because me opening my mouth then, being right, is going to be hurtful and painful. So I keep my mouth shut, and then I use that information where I know that I probably, or I know, let's say 100% I know I was right. I reroute it and I try to think, okay, so how can I use what I know here, which is that I'm right? How can I phrase it or frame it in a way that the other person actually benefits from me being right? And I don't open my mouth or say anything or do anything until I know how to do that. Because just, pushing it out there, pushing like, oh, but I'm right, and then it adding nothing to the world, I think is devastating. I think if we move towards more of a, let's do our best to make the world a better place for each other, and then being right becomes secondary to that. And then, of course, we'd have to do this whole debate about, but is it good for someone to leave them naive? No, definitely not. Which is why I said, if you're right, if you have something you can give someone knowledge-wise, make sure you package it up in a way that they can receive it without feeling like an idiot, without getting upset, without... do your best to practice your communication skills so that becomes a thing. Because if not, then, great, you're right. The world still sucks, so rats. Should you really be proud of who you are? That's probably one of the best ways I can summarize. Whenever I end up talking about religion with anyone, I have a lot of love for both religious and non-religious people. Because again, no one can prove they're right or wrong, or we'd be done with this debate long ago. So why not just leave it where it is and just move forward together? Monday and Tuesday don't exist anymore. I wanted to say that really quick. Was on my mind. Let's see. Monday and Tuesday don't exist anymore. I forget them. Yesterday, my boss told us to paint a bumper one way. Wondered why we did it that way. All right. It's a fun boss. Let's see. Today, my boss asked me, I'm hitting character limit. Why didn't you paint the fender on that car? I asked, were we supposed to? He said, no, but you should have anyway. Okay. All right. That's pretty frustrating. No worries, no worries. Remember to nod, smile and wave, they say. Smile and wave. Usually people like that. I think probably your boss is a good example of this to IQ. I don't think he's a bad person. He's probably not even dumb, right? There's something else there. It's someone that reflects too little as to who they are and what their impact is on the world around them. So those are fun things to... Definitely, people like that are really fun to have conversations with. If you ever get a chance to IQ, if you can do an informal talk, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know about your bond with him. But to ask him like what he thinks is important, how he sees life, what he cares about. Some of the questions, some of the stuff we talk about here. If you have that conversation with him, I can almost guarantee it's going to change how you look at him. He's going to tell you stuff where you're like, ah... okay, now I get why you ask me stupid shit. So it's just, I can almost guarantee it's going to answer that for you. Let's see. Being right is one thing, being understanding is another. Yeah. So if it's the same thing, then fantastic. Grats to you, right? But most of the time it's a different thing. You can't measurably improve the world if you can't measure it, so if you do something to better the world but do it wrong, negative impact. But it might still make you feel good. It is often better to be quiet to hit people with the right answer, though. Sometimes people have to figure it out for themselves before they'll hear it from others. Yeah, you can give them nudges, right? That's the thing. When I say packaging it up, I feel like it's something that we often underestimate. That the concept of being right is rarely enough to make things better for someone else or for multiple people. And so if you learn to package up your communication, so you're like, okay, I know I'm right here, I know I have something to offer, but you take a moment. So instead of just blurting it out there, for a second you think, wait, so what if we morph it, right? What if we phrase it, maybe we ask them a question instead of giving them the information like that, which is the same thing wisdom is saying, of course. Then you being right becomes something that actually adds to the world. And so it's just one of those things. Definitely fun to think about. Oh, you're a physio. What's up, physio? How you doing, bud? Decided to separate the topic of gaming and the health fitness stuff for the YouTube Twitch stuff for now. And the health fitness stuff for the YouTube. Okay, alright. No worries. No worries, Radican. /physio. What do you want me to call you? Radican? I'm so used to calling you physio, dude. Both are fine. You can have those conversations out loud to IQ. Practice. Just practice. This is one of the best skills to practice. If you practice this, by the way, to IQ, fun fact, this is really good for dating. If you go on a date with any girl ever, I guarantee you, all right? So Rental, help me out here. She's going to say no, but she's lying, okay? The way the way the human mind works always is if someone shows actual interest in you, they're going to enjoy your presence, okay? But the interest has to be genuine and actual. And so if you ask someone, hey, why do you do what you do? And how come? And why do you care? And where does that come from? And where are you going? What does an ideal life look like to you? All of these questions, if you actually listen, profoundly take notes, mentally take notes, and the other person knows you're listening, like, they'll love you. They'll absolutely love you. Guy or girl, for the record. Fun facts. Hello, Marcos. Kalispera. Hope you're doing well. Dig away. Dig away. Let's see if I recall correctly. Jesus in the Bible. Oh, oops. Wrong one. Sorry. Jesus in the Bible referred to that packaging concept as planting or watering seeds. I like it. Yeah, that is a fair way to phrase it. Definitely. These 3 years taught me being right with ethos and logos, arguments, and evidence won't save lives. But using only pathos makes enemies out of friends. You need all three. I like that. That is a very, very cool perspective. Thank you, Wisdom. No longer answering the question of the day at the moment because I realized my answer doesn't actually answer the question, but answers a different one. Okay, no worries. No worries. Let's see. 2IQ exists. Phacil dating advice. I'm right? Am I right, Rental? I'm interested in beautiful things. Like Lucy. Where's Lucy when you need her? I feel like I need a girl to answer whether or not I'm right there. If a guy actually asks you what's important to you in your life, what you care about, why you care about it, what you'd like to do, why you'd like to do it, and actually pays attention, is that an attractive trait? Yes or no, Rental? There you go. Boom. I asked for you, 2IQ. I'm on it. Ask Lucy the same question. Where's Lucy when you need her? Let's see. I'm cringing so hard right now. Why? Who? Why you cringe? Is it because you're under 20 and you don't realize we can have conversations like this without being awkward? Got him. I got him. Mr. Cool's like, stop it, Phacil. Stop it. I'm sorry. All love, Mr. Cool. All love. I'm telling her you're calling for her. Okay, thank you. I'll ask her the same question. No worries. And then that's my cue to go, actually, after I ask her the question. Meanwhile, drink some water, guys. Probably. I got him. You can talk about any topic you ever want, Mr. Cool. The only thing that makes it cringe is your brain. It's the fun fact. If you... Like I used the example just now, right? If you ask a question, someone's like, well, I used money, right? Like, why do you care about money? Why do you want money? People can answer by saying, are you dumb? Right? They'll mean it. And I'll say, yeah, so explain it to me, please. You know what happens if they realize they can't explain it to you, right? There's no way around this. If they can't explain to you why they want what they want, their brain will say to them, that guy's not the dumb one. So you can talk about anything. It's the same for dating and stuff like that. You can talk about anything. That's how it works. Rest well, Miguel. Have a good one, bud. I appreciate you hanging out, but no worries at all. Hope you had a good time. Good night. Catch you on the next one. Let's see. F it, I'll be a messenger. What's the question again? The question is, if a guy or girl, depending on if you're, of course, hetero or homosexual, if your love interest, we'll call it love interest, asks you questions like, oh, hello, Lucy, perfect. The question, Lucy, dropping this bomb on you right away because I have to end the stream here in a sec. If, I don't know if you're straight or gay, but if your love interest asks questions like, hey, what is important to you in life? What do you care about? So not just, oh, you know, what's your favorite color? And do you prefer jeans or skirt? Like, not just like superficial nonsense, but actually ask, so what is important to you in life? Who are the most important people in your life? Why are they the most important people? What do you care about? What would you like to achieve? What does your dream life look like? Right? If a guy asks you, a guy or girl, your love interest, asks you those questions and shows actual interest, so they actually care about the answer, is that or is that not an attractive quality? Rental hasn't answered, actually. Have you answered? Honestly, the funny part is I'm using girls right now just because most viewers are guys. We can do it the other way around too. If a girl asks you these questions, that's attractive. Right? Mr. Cool, you get to answer. You're the young guy in chat. Drink water, guys. Boom. You're welcome, Mr. Cool. And Stern as well. See? Interest. So again, this is not a guy to girl, girl to guy, whatever thing. This is a human nature thing. Someone giving a shit about who you are and what you care about in your life and what you want to achieve in your life is sexy. All right? I'll use the word sexy for lack of a better word. But that's the point. If you understand this, this isn't just true in a romantic sense. This is true in an amicable sense as well. I do this all the time. Like I like this new place where I'm working at. Every time I meet a new person, I'm like, hi. I'm like, oh, hi, new nurse. I'm here. This is my gig. My name is Jonathan. I'll be here for so many months. Okay, nice to meet you. And then as soon as I get a chance to talk to them, we're like sitting there drinking coffee. The first thing I say to them, I haven't spoken to them at all. I just met these people, okay? I'll look at them and I'll say, husband, wife, kids, pets. That's exactly how I'll say it to them. And they'll look at me and they'll realize what the question is. The question is, who the hell are you? Right? And the reason why that question is so obvious is because this is social interaction. And then I'll ask stuff like, you happy here? And sometimes people will get jump scared because the answer is no. And they don't want to say that. But most people are just like, yeah, still happy here. But whenever they get jump scared and they're like, ooh, like I can tell they don't want to answer. I'm like, oh, I already have my answer. I know what the answer is, right? The answer is no. The answer is no, they're not happy. And so these are things that are important to realize. Having interest in another human being is something that's always going to be attractive. There's no way around it. Let's see. Bonus points if they don't remember they didn't actually care, Rental. So it's not bonus points, it's a requirement. You can't ask someone those questions and then not care about the answer. That makes you an ass. And it also means you didn't really actually have interest. There you go. Boom. Wisdom is on it. Well, try to sense it out then, Rental. If you're like, I'm not sure how to feel about it, try to think about it for a moment. Try to, visualize it hypothetically, of course. I can almost guarantee you'll end up at the same place. There's very few people that say no here. I haven't met anyone, to be honest, but I'm assuming they exist. Oh, here you go. I do like when people remember little things I do. There you go. That's how it works, right? Your mind knows they put in effort to remember something about you, which they didn't have to, but they did. And therefore, I like them. That's basically what your brain does. Texas and Oklahoma girls are not... I need to bounce out. Texas and Oklahoma girls are not my girlfriends because they lashed out when asked those questions or made fun of me for asking or dodged the questions. Yeah, it's just immaturity. As people get older and more mature, they'll love those questions. If they don't love those questions, it says nothing about you as a person. It says something about where they are, state of mind wise. And they're not at a point where they can have those conversations seriously, which is probably a red flag, I think they call it. I love conversations like these, so I suppose the answer would be yes. You're welcome. There you go, Mr. Cole. That's exactly what it is. Now imagine having these types of conversations with someone you're actually romantically interested in. That's a green flag. You're good to go. I don't like those questions. That's all. Yeah, see, this is where it gets interesting, Rental. Even if you don't like the questions, if someone you're romantically, maybe physically attracted to asks you these questions, then suddenly the questions get a completely different context. Because it's not just, oh, I don't like the questions. Now your brain has to weigh, okay, on the one hand, I don't like the question. But on the other hand, I do like where it's coming from. So now what do I do? And most of the time you're going to answer them, and you're probably going to discover something about you that the other person helped you discover, which is going to make you like them more. And if you're lucky, they'll like it as well. But these are fun things. Fun things to contemplate in each case. Whenever someone genuinely asks me about and engages in my interests, they're already one of my favorite people. There you go. There you go. I definitely will still do that, Lucy. I try to do it for everyone. I haven't gotten a proper chance yet, other than some stream moments, but I took note. All right, guys, remind me. Remind me to ask Lucy what she enjoys.
Improved
I actually have no idea who
posture,
Lucy is.
shoulders. Did these sound appealing?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Posture check, guys. Sit up straight. I actually have no idea who you are as a person, Lucy, and I do for most people. Can you tell me what you do for a living? Or like how old you are? Give me a little bit of intel and then I'll bounce out. I hate answering those questions, makes me feel vulnerable. Yeah. But this is the point. When you're vulnerable and you allow yourself to be vulnerable and to open up to someone else and then notice that they didn't abuse it, they didn't shoot you, they didn't stab you, they didn't... This is the, if you ask me, this is the prime way to live life. That is not surviving, that is living. To know that you can be fully vulnerable around someone and at the same time be safe. Those two together, I think, are everything. Well, that's definitely one to take home with you. Wait, does that mean I'm in love with a 35-year-old man from the Netherlands who has a girlfriend and 3 kids? Probably. Yeah, probably. No worries though, you'll replace me at some point. If the initial, I'm waiting for Lucy. If the initial physical attraction is mutual and those personality focused expressions of interest are more welcomed. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a friendship thing in general. Yeah, but there's a lot of friendships that don't have these conversations, right, Physio? That's my point. In the end, I think if you have these conversations with anyone, this is a much more valuable relationship. All right, let me answer Lucy and then I need to bounce. All right, Lucy is studying marketing statistics because I can't work a remote job due to health conditions, and I really like seeing patterns. Because I can't work a remote job due to health conditions, and I really like seeing patterns and numbers. I just turned 24 2 weeks ago. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Were you here 2 weeks ago? You probably were here 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't... I think you probably didn't subscribe to the Discord thing. Happy birthday, Lucy. 24 is a nice age. Fun fact, your brain fully develops somewhere around the age of 24 to 26. So who you are as a person is coming into its own right at this point. That's awesome. All right, marketing statistics 24. I'll remember. Lucy, marketing statistics 24. Lucy, marketing statistics 24. I got you guys. Lucy, marketing statistics 24. There you go. Now everyone's going to remember. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and of course for sharing and being willing to conversate about sensitive topics, even if it makes you feel awkward or cringe. I promise I wouldn't do this if I didn't think it added quality to your life, which it does, and it always will. Being able to talk to anyone about anything is easily one of the best perks that you can have in life. So if you don't know how to do it yet, come here during my live streams to practice, I would say. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. If you can't be here tomorrow, then have a good weekend and have a good week. There's no stream Saturday because I have an evening shift. I told the scheduler at work that I wouldn't mind swapping to an evening shift to help them out. So it's a 2-day stream this week. So I'll be here tomorrow and then no stream until Thursday again. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. Catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay kind. Life is absolutely beautiful and the world is a kind and caring place. Never forget. Bye-bye.